Top of the top. Back once again. Good to see everybody this morning. We are live on this YouTube thing. What's good, y'all? Good morning. Back at it again. What's up, y'all? Good to see y'all, man. Thank you, everybody, for tapping in. Everybody for subscribing, hitting the like button, participate in the live chat, leaving comments. Shout out to all the members, everybody purchasing memberships, gifts. Appreciate all of y'all. Y'all the ones that keep this thing going. You know what I'm saying? Because if it's not for the people that's enjoying it, there's no purpose of this. I got to find my own enjoyment. But we at it, though, y'all. I'm just going to keep it normal around here. That's what I've been doing, so I'm going to keep it going. Just going to talk about what's going on, y'all, in real time. That's it. What's up, Shirley? Good morning, everybody. What's up, 401? Shout out to everybody that's up. What's up, Sandra? What's up, Miss B Loyal? What's up, y'all? What's up? Good morning, y'all. What's up? How y'all doing today? All right. Anyway, we're going to get into it today. So I'm pretty sure y'all been, I know on Instagram, y'all been flooded with BT stuff all day yesterday. I'm not going to lie. There was a lot of stuff I didn't even know about because when I did the live yesterday, a lot of stuff didn't come out. But yeah, y'all know how these things work, man. They have their fun that day. They be happy they be out the house. They be happy they put on new clothes and come out the house and go to these events. But after the events fade, it's never nothing to do with no music that leaves an impression. And when these events are finished, it's never still no motivation to go in a new direction. So you can also see that this music game has no new direction, just a big circle. So I'm only saying that because it is the new generation that is doing all the roast. And I'm always tell you it again. I'm going to always tell y'all, for some reason, like when we grew up, we don't want to accept the fact it's our turn to be the old heads. Only reason why I say that, old head means not cool no more. You know what I'm saying? So just because you're older don't mean you're old head. Now you can be older, you still can be cool and hip. But all I'm trying to tell you is majority of old heads are not hip. And I'm just seeing that a lot of them have turned out to be just like their elders. Okay, when you was young, you was rebellious. You ain't want to listen to your mother. You ain't want to listen to your father. You ain't want nothing to do with that. But now you just like your mother and father. Yes. Oh, that's my favorite jam. I just love Lauryn Hill. See that? You're doing the same thing they used to do. Instead of saying Patti LaBelle, you saying Lauryn Hill. That's it. Queen Latifah on stage rapping. It is what it is. But you got to understand this one thing. The young generation starting to look at all these things weird. I see what they've been talking about. I see what's going on. And I already told you it's been a separation of generations. And the young generation is not buying this stuff. So what I'm telling you is they also mad and angry because there's some things happened I didn't know about. Like it was people supposed to get an award. They're on the stage, people forgetting to give them their award. It was people, new people, young people. They was cutting their performances short, cutting it out the blue. So people kind of pissed. It's a new generation, y'all. And the new generation felt like they was forced to watch that stuff. The young generation felt like they got tricked. They felt like they were watching, they were coming to watch Druski, you know, Kyle Senate, new people. Then they seeing all that stuff. And the young people pissed. So just know they being dragged on every other app. Yeah, they being dragged. I didn't know Rick Ross gonna perform. A lot of people perform I didn't know about, but we'll get into it. We also gonna get into how looks to me like Jayz is trolling Dame Dash still. The saga continues. All right, what's up, man? Chick, what's up, y'all? What's up? What's up, Lavish? What's up, Sandra? What's up, Shirley? What's up, y'all? So, like I said, man, I'm able to laugh at this stuff, so I won't be depressed. But the new generation, they pissed off, man. They like, man, where all our artists at? We just went through a whole decade of new music. Where everybody at? They like, why Drake ain't at BET Awards? No, y'all, I told you BET is they their own family. BET is their own family. BET is reality TV superstars, Nene Leakes, Portia. BET, see, when you're down to BET family, you'll get a little shine when you don't got a career. Candy Burris, stuff like that. Like, you're going to be a has-been. BET is like the famous has-beens. See, this is all I'm trying to say. If they was to call it the Soul Circus, it'd be a perfect name. If they just call it the Soul Circus, it'd be accordingly. Real talk. The Soul Circus. That's what it is. So people are frustrated and they fed up. And then you got some people saying, man, they're all embarrassing themselves. I'm being respectful. We also know it was Clive Davis' funeral yesterday, and I didn't put in the title because I didn't feel like it. But it is said that no bad boy artist was invited to the funeral service. So it's either two things. Either they wasn't invited or they just didn't want to go. But the word is nobody from Bad Boy was invited. That's what the word is. And you don't got to figure out why that stuff is being said. Or if you don't believe that, all you have to do is look at the ceremony for Clive and you'll see who was there. Well, anyway, let's go. Shout out to everybody that's up. Yeah, just call it the Soul Circus, man. If they call it the Soul Circus, it'd be perfect. Soul Circus. I got to respect that. If it's the Soul Circus, I can respect that. The Soul Circus coming to your city. Buy some tickets. I'll go see that. But as long as it's promoted as talent and music and entertainment, no, it's a circus. That's all it is. All right? You're going to see a lot of laughing, joking, all this other, nothing else. So let's go, man. And they don't even make me laugh, y'all. So y'all know me, man. All right, boom. I told you guys, if I don't laugh in a week, I get depressed. The BET Awards was so sorry to me, I couldn't even laugh at it. It didn't make me laugh. Y'all noticed that yesterday, right? I couldn't even get no jokes off. It was so sorry. It felt like a funeral. I can't joke at a funeral. Just don't feel right. I'm not like that. But on some real talk, I couldn't even crack no jokes. It wasn't even funny. You know what I'm saying? So that's how irrelevant they are. I ain't want to laugh at them. So let's get back to it because I'm going to just show you what the people saying today. But you see Ho signing them autographs? There's some things been happening with Ho, but he's trolling Dame Dash. He even got a hat with a letter D on it. I think he got a hat with a letter D on it. I don't know about all that, but we're going to take a look at some stuff, man, because Ho is back on the block, man. He's signing them autographs. He doing pop-ups. He outside. But I don't care what nobody say. From what I'm watching, I think this whole Rockefeller stuff, I think he's trying to really like humiliate Dame. I think he understands this hurts Dame more than anything. Yes, and the reason why I say that, y'all, because Jay-Z made a special statement the other day. Like I said, I didn't catch everything. I'm joking on him trolling Dame. I'm speaking about how he's showing off he got the rights. Now, y'all know Rockefeller Records was founded by 3 people. 3 people. All right. Keep that in mind. Let's go. So, yeah, man. Jay-Z been out there signing autographs. He outside, man. Like I said, when he in New He don't hang with rappers. He doing his own thing. So let's just speed it up, y'all, so y'all get clear what I'm saying. Now, remember the other day we spoke about these Rockefeller coats. The logo. We spoke about how a lot of people was down with Rockefeller. They don't have their chain no more. A lot of people that was down with Rockefeller, they doing bad. As of now, the only people that's life after rock, Oskino is doing his thing. All right, he's fully independent. He's fully independent. See, that means a lot. There's one thing when you was down with Rockefeller, but then you get signed to somebody else, and then you get a check from somewhere else. That's something different. No, Oskino was independent, meaning he's still carrying on. He got his head up. He's not ashamed of himself. He's not out here looking disgraceful. It is said Beanie Siegel's working on trucks. Question is, did Beanie Siegel get a Rockefeller coat? Who knows? We know Mint Bleak gonna have one, but we know Dame Dash is not. But Dame said he don't care anyway, and Dame said the #1 album he helped put together, Reasonable Doubt, he said it was trash. So, in my opinion, that was Dame disrespecting his own legacy. You know what I'm saying? But no, y'all, this right here, I think everything this guy doing. See, y'all, I'm just saying, I think Jay-Z learned how to play the internet game. And I think that, you know, being that he been accused of blackballing people, he been accused of doing dirt to people's career, I think this time he learned how to have fun with it. And I really think this whole thing is specifically to troll Dame Dash. Now, I'm going to show you again why. Let's go. Little did I know, Jay-Z was chilling with Biggs. Kareem Burke Biggs, one of the founders of Rockefeller. Allegedly, he was also there that day. Allegedly, that's him right there hugging him. But I didn't know that. But you see the caption? Still brothers in 2026. Still brothers. Still brothers. Thank you very much, RT Bell. Thank you. Thank you, sis. So see, now I already assume he's trolling Dame before that, but when I saw this, I get it clear. Still brothers in 2026. He said him and Kareem Burke, they still brothers, which means as the Rockefeller work that they put in gets the praise, you know, as the money circulating, Biggs is right there. So I'm pretty sure Biggs gonna get his cut. I'm pretty sure, but see that right there? Still brothers in 2026. So there you got it, y'all. In my opinion, these are all shots at Dame Dash. Yes, because they started this together. So if this hurt anybody, it's gonna hurt Dame more than anybody. You know, Dame can say he ain't hurt. This it's like a bad divorce. He got custody, and now you got to witness the custody. And the reason why I say that, because he made a point to show leather coats in the summer. He didn't just put no Rockefeller t-shirts. That wasn't going to do enough. Let's put these coats out. Yeah, we're going to let them see. Yeah, I'm just saying, I'm just joking. I got to make fun of it. But you see right here, Kareem Biggs Burke, still brothers in 2026. So there you got it, y'all. Dame ain't with him. It started with 3. Now it was just 2. Now it's just 2. So this is how it's playing out, y'all. It's playing out a certain way. All right. He has come back to redeem himself. We spoke about this yesterday. But it's just so much going on. And I'm starting to believe what's being said. All I'm saying is, it is being said that somebody has to replace Clive. And I'll just leave it at that. I don't know who's going to replace him. But the funeral for Clive Davis was in New York. The BET Awards in Los Angeles. And the word is, nobody from Bad Boy Records was invited. But we're going to take a look at who was there in a minute. So as you see, Jay-Z celebrating with Kareem Biggs Burke, which is one of the co-founders of Rockefeller. And it's saying they're still brothers. So I'm pretty sure Dame's going to respond. But you know, at the BET Awards, they was clowning and joking. I didn't know Ice Cube was there. I didn't know about all this. All I'm saying is this, man. When y'all talk about the culture, this BET Awards did not push the culture forward at all. Didn't do nothing. I wish it did, but it just didn't. Game cannot survive with no new talent, y'all. Why you think back in the days, they was always looking for new talent? When they find this man named Stevie Wonder playing the piano and he blind. Ray Charles playing blind. They always found new talent. Guys, this culture is now, I think, from 18 to 60. Something like that. 19 to 60. All of them are closer to 60 than 50. Those are just facts. They're closer to 60 than 50. That's Ice Cube as well. And Ice Cube is going to dress up like a criminal gangbanger for the rest of his life. Even though he was never on the streets, he's going to forever wear penitentiary clothes and gangbang clothes, because I wanted y'all to see clear that that was just an outfit and a costume. It's just a costume. They all have their costume. Ice Cube costume is the gangster outfit. So all it is, y'all. So anyway, they was throwing slick jokes at Hove. But I didn't know Druski. Now I saw the clips afterwards, but You see, I think he made Ice Cube feel uncomfortable. Yeah. But the thing is, it's the soul circus, y'all. That's all it is. It's a soul circus. One thing they specialize in is putting on costumes. That's it. All right, that's it. I only say that because they all stop making music. They want to make music now, but you can't stop making music for 10 plus years and then want to start again. It don't make no sense. All right. You a bike rider. You start riding bikes for 5 years. Now they're having a bike riding contest. You want to ride a bike again. Come on, y'all. See how simple this shit is? You was the chef, but you stopped chefing for 10 years. Now it's a chef competition. You want to go back to being a chef. No, you stopped the crap already. Tell you they're going to keep embarrassing themselves. So the thing is this. The culture cannot advance because it stopped already. It already stops. You can't resuscitate it. It's already gone. That's part of it. And it's only gone because there's no future generation. It's just that simple. Let's go, y'all. What's up, Mr. Brown? What's up? What's up, Earth? What he said? It was a perpetrator party. All right. Here's the word. Nobody know if it's a fact, but anybody can check it out themselves. No Bad Boy Records members were invited to Clive Davis' funeral. So when I assume that in the end, they all going to be written out of history anyway, they're all going to be broken, finished. Just know, they're never going to get a penny from that Bad Boy situation. That's all you got to know. They're never going to get no pennies. They ain't getting no masters. They ain't getting nothing. It's going to be like that legacy. I ain't going to say it's going to be like it didn't exist. But when you pay attention, was a label called Bad Boy supposed to end good when there was nothing good about it from the beginning? I told y'all in the end, a lot of this gangster rap, hip hop stuff is no glory in the end, y'all. I told you that. Once I figured out how this thing goes and how it's going to play out, it's no glory in this. Why? If we take a look at Bad Boy, you can't say but so many good things that happen from it. When I told you we had legacy time, that's what the judgment is. The people are judging. Time is judging. Cause and effect is a judgment. A lot of causes, a lot of effects, a lot of end results. That's why I say at the end of the day, it's nothing to be proud of. Or it's nothing to be looked up to. Because it's the facts. The only thing people kept chasing was what? Money. They got money. They got money. They got money. Well, now the money's gone. Now what you going to say? You can't just say that no more. Well, they got money. You can't say that. Money has nothing to do with legacy. Money has nothing to do with respect. I keep telling you that. Money, power, respect. But in the end, there's no respect. No, you were granted money, which gave you power. But in the end, can't buy respect, y'all. When they say he's a disgrace, what's the word disgrace is used? That means no more respect. No more respect. This is why I said anybody that was smart, the wisest thing to do was get away from stuff. You get away from it. But once you be quiet, like I said, now remember when I said they all going down with the ship? The ship is called the Diddy Titanic. They all going to be quiet. But when it's all silence, they're going to be silenced too. No Bad Boy Records. What else going to happen? I'm not going to say they're going to get written out of history. But when this label be mentioned, it will always be mentioned in a negative light. It just always will forever. Because now it's a big picture to it. When you got 30 years, damn near everybody on Bad Boy is gone anyway. Black Rob gone, Craig Mack gone, Biggie gone. The rest of them out here, they don't even look like ex-rappers. I just tell you this, Flavor Flav is doing better than everybody that was on Bad Boy Records, and these are facts. All right? Flavor Flav from Public Enemy is doing better than everybody that was on Bad Boy Records, period. Flavor Flav doing better than everybody that was on Def Jam, period. Except for Jay-Z and probably Meth and Red, maybe. I don't know. But Flavor Flav might be doing better than I'm telling y'all, the people y'all think not doing good is the ones doing good. That's what's so tricky about this whole thing. Like Queen Latifah performing that, the source of Queen Latifah still got like over $50 million. See? No, it's some people still doing all A-OK, y'all. But I always told you, it's those guys from that one little city. They the main ones, y'all. This is what I told you, man. This is what I assumed. This is what I learned. The people that was around Jay-Z and Diddy the most, it looks to me like they were just happy to be around them and had the fame and the clout. Because I said it the other day, but you'll see it so clear. Guys, let's just look at it. Life is based on opportunity, right? We had opportunity to be around two of these guys, these two billionaires for 20 years plus. But in the end, when it's all over, we don't have nothing left. Or we still need jobs. Meanwhile, we around this man, Jay-Z. The whole world recognized him as a billionaire. I knew this man before he was a billionaire. I was with him when he got his first million. I was with him when he got his first. I'm with him all these years, watching him grow and elevate. But in the end, I'm just stuck with nothing. Meanwhile, we was on the same level. We was all together in the studio working on this album called No Way Out. We all was together. See that? But now look. Okay, Snoop Dogg got put on by Dr. Dre, right? How's Snoop Dogg doing today? Did he take it to the next level? Did Snoop Dogg make it with Dr. Dre could be proud? Boom. Now let's go to Eminem. Didn't they put Eminem on? Did they make it with Eminem? Dre was able to sit back and be proud of what he did with Eminem? I told you the East Coast didn't produce that. These things are important. When we still, okay, when you see Daz with Death Row, right? What was he? He was Snoop's cousin. Daz wasn't the top superstar, but Daz was right there the whole time. What Daz show you? Man, I was around Dre and Snoop. I learned a lot. Still relevant. Still looking like a rapper. Still looking like something. I ain't going to be out like no pity party. What Daz doing? Still got his dog pound chain. Still looking like himself. All right then. Because they understand I can't be around Dre and them looking like a bozo. Even Warren G still be looking decent. What Warren G still himself. Like Warren G gonna still have on something like, yo, I ain't gonna be around greatness and be out here looking sorry. I ain't doing that. That's why I say the West Coast will show you. Now you take it to the East Coast. No, man, it's like these dudes with their parents, man. And I'm just saying that because now you can see Hov don't be hanging with them like that. You know, the diddler's gone. And I'm saying that because it's no reason why it's like that. They thought they was going to ride those men wave forever. All right? Y'all all know what Ice Cube been through. Y'all even know Ice Cube came out with NWA. He had to go against his people to be where he at. If Ice Cube didn't go against Easy and them, where would he be at? If he'd have kept trying to be their friend, where would he have got at? Nowhere. Meaning, show you this game is independence. Yeah, we all cool, but it come a time a line got to be drawn. And you're going to see East Coast rappers don't do that. It's a difference. Reason why I say that, they were more successful because of their affiliations. And I always told you that. Everybody else earned their spot. A lot of guys up under them, they didn't. It was given to them. They got blessed in. See what I'm saying? When you're born in New York as an entertainer alone, it's a blessing. You buy all the labels. Everybody else had to drive 3,000 miles, 1,500 miles, 1,000 miles. People driving all the way to New York, getting their music thrown in the trash behind their back, people laughing at them. They did that for 20 years. But see, when them people from out of town was trying to get that deal in New York, the New York rappers, they was straight. They was okay. They was winning, right? They was the shit. Because when you down with them, Hov and Diddy, you automatically going to get MTV. You automatically going to get that radio. You automatically going to get them tours set up. You automatically going to get them features. You automatically going to be on that stage. They had it set up so good. But now you seeing it's not transitioning. What else you seeing? Okay, Hov and Diddy put all them on, but you're going to see they ain't put nobody on. So we're talking about a culture. If we're talking about a family, it's no production. I thought it was this one put this one on and that one put. I thought we supposed to help. Remember, y'all always say we're supposed to help each other. I get on. I'm supposed to help you get on and help you. You're going to see that stuff stop, right? It started being me. But in the end, when it's just me, you end up by yourself. So everybody that was out for themselves end up by themselves. And Hov always wanted to be by himself, and that's why he's still by himself to this day. Because he know I don't need no rappers. They need me. He know that. He know that. See that? Can y'all now see when I was saying stuff like a lot of them ruined their legacy? Because if the book closed today, a lot of them not even going to be known as rappers in the end. There's people gonna know them more for podcasting than YouTubers. When I was young, he was a YouTuber. I didn't know he used to rap. I never even heard the songs. See, their music career gonna be finished, y'all. And guess what? It's gonna go concurrent a certain way. See, a lot of them gonna fade out as YouTube, meaning their history is gonna be they were content creators, and then to top it off, they're not gonna have control over none of their old music, none of their old. See, remember, y'all, it's one thing if I was in the game. Say I'm your father, right? I was in the game. Your dad made it, but you know your dad had his time already. But at least in the end, I got all this proof. I won. I still got my Rockefeller chain when I was with the Rock. I got my little accolades. I'm still got my money. I'm still to a certain level of respect, and I got something to be proud of. Yeah, your dad was with the Rock. Your dad, yeah, he was doing his thing. Still doing my thing. You see, they can't do that. In history, it's going to be they were content creators. In the end, it's going to be look at their net worth. In the end, it's going to be, damn, I didn't even know they was with Jay-Z like that. I didn't even know they was that big back in the day. Because history fades out. And this is why I was telling y'all this week word is legacy. Everything he's doing is to solidify the legacy. I came in as a rapper. I'm going out as a rapper. Yeah, I know people said a whole lot of stuff about me, whatever. But in the end, I'm going out as a rapper. No matter how I go out, I'm going out as a rapper. But everybody else ain't going to be able to say that, y'all. I'm telling y'all what's happening. Meaning, when you Google in Wikipedia, it will say American rapper. But for some of them, it's not going to say that in the end. They're not even going to be recognized as a rapper, and they're not going to have their music to prove it. That's my point. And they're not going to have their music to pass down to their future generations. They're not going to have no publishing to pass down, no rights, no royalties, no masters, no nothing. But that's how it's going to end for a lot of them. And I'm saying that because everybody rode the wave, y'all, but now it's starting to show that can't ride waves no more, man. Because everybody got to save themselves. Now I'm saying that because it is said that somebody has to take Clyde's place. Nobody knows who's going to be. Meaning, you got it? If he was at the top of the top, somebody has to remain at the top of the top. So, allegedly, it was a tribute yesterday in New York City. Let's take a look. Jennifer Hudson gives emotional performance of Whitney Houston's. Oh, boy. So, here you got it, y'all. Can you now see his number of the funeral? Maybe Whitney get the rest in peace now, maybe. Guys, your whole life been Whitney Houston. Guys, let's keep it real. Whitney Houston, more than when she was alive. I'm going to say it again. Remember Whitney Houston was all them drugs? How many of y'all remember everybody was laughing at her? Nobody wanted nothing to do with her. She was a big joke. They started, it's like nobody didn't care about her. But Whitney has showed us how much talent she had that to this day, nobody topped her yet. By organically singing and blowing those notes. Nobody topped her yet. And to show you her spirit was so powerful, they've been able to ride her spirit 10 years after she'd been dead already. That's how powerful she was. It's just that simple. All right. And I told y'all this industry is done but a big funeral service now. You see them doing more tributes to old stuff than anything new and future. Jennifer Hudson ain't got no new music, but she's gonna do the old stuff. Alicia Keys ain't got new music, she's just doing the old stuff. They are the Patti LaBelle's of your era now. Let's go. And like I said, they gonna give them a tribute, but like I say, man, they one big family. But I just want y'all to see now how it all played out. Jennifer Hudson stayed far away from this stuff. Alicia Keys stayed far away from this stuff. You see what I'm saying? They stayed far away from it. Far away. But let's go. It is said that no bad boy people was invited. I don't know if that's true. I'm going to say alleged. Clive Davis passed away at 94 last week, leading to tributes of all sorts from the music and business world. The Arista Records founder and renowned executive forged many careers during his time, including the rise of Diddy and his Bad Boy Records label. But according to a new report from Radar Online, his funeral organizers allegedly did not invite anyone from Bad Boy to the service. Sounds to me like Bad Boy Records will be written out of history, or definitely it will not be praised and celebrated or saluted. So now, guys, can you get when I said it was no personal thing? When I said the whole Bad Boy staff, record label, and a solo group, they all on YouTube. And I told you my opinion, they all got flushed on YouTube, meaning this their last stop. And after this is nothing else. After this, no more glory for Bad Boy. So what did I tell you? If they were smart, when Diddy first got in trouble, they would have all started to rebrand themselves, and they all should have gave their own perspective of this Bad Boy legacy. But since they didn't do that, they all going down with the ship. Y'all finally got it now? What else you got? You also got that the industry has turned their back on this legacy thing. So like I said, they can talk all day. They can be online all day. But I told you, that's just in one department. Nobody respects them no more, y'all. It's not my fault. Everybody just playing charades. The new thing in life is acting. That's the new thing. Everybody just acting now, right? Alicia Keys tearfully remembers at Clyde Davis' funeral. We just gonna leave it at that. Alicia Keys crying. All right? Because to this day, like I said, I tell you all, guys, it's certain people, they don't give you interviews. One thing about that's the thing that's the most disturbing about this culture, that one of the reasons why I don't deal with it. They don't give real interviews. They don't talk real talk. They talk in circles. They talk control. When you can see Alicia Keys your whole life, and nobody never said, well, Alicia Keys, man, how did you first get your deal? How did you make it in this game? Because this is what I'm saying. People that have talent from all around the world, those are the people that want to know, well, damn, how do I make it? But you will see they're never going to tell you how they made it, some of them. A lot of them not. Some of them do, some of them don't. And that's what I was telling you. When you hear about this plant stuff, the secret to the plants are you ain't going to know their history. That's the secret to the plants. Then I got another one for you. I just don't say nothing, right? Like when I tell you about certain characters right now, I'll tell you a clue. When you Wikipedia some of them, they'll tell you their parents. When you Wikipedia others, they won't tell you who their parents are. The parents is the proof of who they are. So a lot of times, not saying that with Alicia Keys, but I'm trying to tell you that's how it works. Like, remember, it's people on this channel, I said, yeah, they might got a complexion, but they ain't who you think they are. I'll look them up. Oh, parents, no parents not mentioned. Okay, I know why. You know what I'm saying? I know why. All right? But I'm not saying it about Alicia Keys, but I'm saying about Alicia Keys, I'm pretty sure she was crying. It wouldn't be no Alicia Keys without Clyde Davis, y'all. It wouldn't be no Jennifer Hudson without Clyde Davis. Once again, that's why Marla Gibbs disrespected her own show. Marla Gibbs told Jennifer Hudson, y'all didn't earn nothing. And what y'all earned, it come from us. Marla Gibbs like, yeah, you on TV, but I was Florence. I've been on TV. And on top of that, they took me off the TV for certain reasons, and they started giving y'all stuff. Don't forget, y'all, part of it is your older generations, they will speak up for themselves. Some people from y'all community, back in the day, they wouldn't take that crap. Y'all know that about some people. What they say, they're hard to work with. So the industry got smart. After a certain time, we just going to get people that's going to do what we say. We're not going to get people hard to work with. Oh, they don't want to put on this outfit. They don't want to put this on. Or they don't want to sing this song. Or they don't want to do. Well, we just get people to do it. We get our own people. And that's what they started doing, y'all. But they started doing that a long time ago. The game stopped being based on talent like late 90s. Once it got like after 97, around that time, all that late 90s, it wasn't about talent no more. They switched the game up. We're going to flush out all the real talent. When people like Wu-Tang, right, all had talent, then they started getting all these deals and all this money organically, straight from the streets. The people love the music. People love the music. We able to take that to the labels and prove it. We get the check. That's what they did back in the day. Back in the day, it was more easier and natural to get a deal. So I know it happened. It was easy to get a deal, and then they made it hard. Because when it was based on talent, you get the deal. If they like you, they like you. If you got something hot, that was it. But once after that, They realized, no, the people with the talent give you the most problems. You know what I'm saying? And after a while, it wasn't based on talent. They started creating a system. Don't worry, we don't need the most talent. Guess what? We get anybody. We get anybody. We put them in the booth. We got the top producers to work with them. We got the top writers to write for them. We got the top managers. We got the top promoters. We got the top radios. We got the top TV. We got everybody in pockets. So whoever I pick gonna be a star, regardless if they got a lip sync. Once again, he proved that with Milli Vanilli. They proved it with Milli Vanilli. We can make anybody a star. It's not based on talent. Got that? And that was the new gate they put up to keep everybody with talent out. That's why you'll see the people with talent go through the most stuff. It's the most hardest. The female that actually can write her raps go through the most drama. The one that can't write get everything. See how it works? Tell you it's all exposed now, y'all. It's called time has passed. The rapper that can write for everybody, he's the best writer. He can't get the biggest check or the deal. But that guy that can't rap, he get the biggest deal. He get everything. He can't even write. He got people write for him. See how it works? It's called the industry. It always been like that. Told you this game been based on who you like, who's your favorite, not who got the most talent. Now it's all reset. Now it's based on who got the most talent. And that's why they getting roasted. Because the word is, the truth is, K-pop is bigger than this culture now, and Afro beats. These are the facts. You will not turn on a hip-hop R&B station and not hear no Afro beats at all. It's not going to happen. This culture is now like third tier. I think it's behind gospel music. And on top of that, I'm not even playing. It might be fourth tier. Because I think gospel music is still doing what it does. No, this thing has dropped. Like I said, after that Diddy situation and stuff, the whole stock of this game dropped. Now, if you don't believe that, you look at it as, okay, you're an investor. You got some money to invest into the industry. You know, your accountant, your broker, whatever, he says, we got some things with this music. You know, this music makes good money. He's one of the portfolios I put your money in. Now, you just pick one. Which one you want to put it in? You want to put it in this K-pop stuff? You want to put it in Afro beats? You want to put it in gospel? You want to put it in rap, R&B? Which one you want to put it in? Which one do you want to invest your money in? So I told you guys, it's not hard. It's not hard. And being that money was invested in this, no, everybody gonna come out. They needed everybody to come out because it wasn't gonna work. A whole era of entertainers are gone, like it never happened. Remember, it was certain other people's time. We're not gonna say their names. Just know everybody the people loved, they're not around no more. And everybody that's not around no more, they was a new generation. So here you got it. No Bad Boy Reggae members were invited to Clive Davis' funeral. Not even Mace. Not even Mace. Damn, Mace made a lot of money for Clive, man. Why Mace couldn't come? Mace ain't do nothing. Mace left. On top of that, Mace left. Mace wasn't around a lot of that stuff. I don't think he was. But yeah. And there you have it, y'all. There you have it. G-Dep ain't come neither. They ain't. Nope. All right, y'all, let's go. Now, I'm going to show y'all, like I said, Alicia Keys tearfully remembers Clyde. Jennifer Hudson gives emotional performance, singing Whitney songs, whatever. The funeral took place in Manhattan's Central Synagogue today. The outlet claimed multiple sources confirmed the lack of Bad Boy invites, including one statement to Rob Shutter's Naughty But Nice. You can't tell the story of Clive Davis without telling the story of Diddy. Bad Boy wasn't a side project. It was one of the defining chapters of Clive's career. And allegedly, source reported stated, it's the truth. All you got to do is look at Clive Davis' net worth before Bad Boy. You look at his net worth about 92, and then you look at that net worth after that. And it's not hard to figure out. We all know who made all the money because we know around here we did hip-hop history. I did live documentaries. Hip-hop generated all the money that made them billionaires they are to this day. Before this hip-hop thing, y'all, it was no such thing as none of them having no 100 million. None of them. They was nowhere near that. It was this hip-hop culture. Then, when they infused it with social media, it sped it up more. Social media made it where they could save more. I'm an executive. I don't got to spend money on billboards no more. I don't got to spend money on commercials. We don't even got to buy, we don't got to invest money in physical copies no more. That's all our money now. Why? It's this thing called online and streaming. And the fans are so fiended out for this music, they're going to download all day, they're going to stream all day, and they ain't going to have no physical copies, but they ain't going to cost us a penny. And we still going to get our royalties, we still going to get our rights, and I tell you, it was this culture that took them to that level. Everybody became billionaire. If you show me a billionaire today, I will bet my life they all had money in hip-hop some kind of way. Whether it was in a record label, whether it was in equipment, whether it was in the entertainment side of the shows, one way or another, y'all. Trust me, I know. They kept telling you, hip-hop is a billion-dollar industry. But who walked away with all the billions? Nobody put it together yet. If it was a billion, if it generated billions, where all the money come from? Oh, that's why it's a lot of poor situations now. Also, people got to go to pantries now. But when hip-hop was big, they didn't have to do that. So when hip-hop was big, they was popping Cristal, and they was eating that Red Lobster. But now they got to go to food pantries. Maybe all their money went to hip-hop and R&B. Maybe throughout all the decades, that money started to add up. Because remember, they never looked at it as a whole. Yeah, we all separate, but all our money coming from the same place. And I look at it like they were just fishing, catching the money with a net. Now, once again, I didn't know French was at the BET Awards, but I'm just going to show you all what's being said about them. I just want French Montana to see. French. Yeah, you was around Diddy. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. I don't care about what y'all got going on, but I wanted y'all to get it. The new generation ain't buying it. They look at all y'all the same. And I told you, y'all all are being ragged everywhere opposite of YouTube and Instagram. Instagram and YouTube, where y'all get praise, take a trip to that dungeon called TikTok. Take a trip to that underground. That's right. So, Max B just did what with his hands? Now, let me show you something. I'm showing you. Remember I told you TikTok where it go. I already told y'all already, right? All right. What he saying about Max B? They made Max B do stuff. What they made Max? Well, I don't know what they made him do, but this is what they saying. This is what he's saying. They made Max B do stuff. They saying they making Max B be a gump. You know, he's just a sidekick. I didn't know they performed at the BET Award with fur coats on, bro. Why y'all wearing fur coats in the summer, y'all? What is wrong with y'all, man? What's wrong with y'all brain? Y'all wearing fur coats on the stage in a building in the summertime? Word is, Max B is a sidekick. I'm showing you this because I just want them to get clear. They've been out here running around. They've been out here being proud of themselves, and they're supposed to do that. But I just want them to know people not buying them. And I told you, nobody's going to escape the diddler, y'all. Nobody's going to escape. Word is, they turned Max B into a straight clown. That's the word on him. Y'all don't see, y'all all got pranked. They were waiting for Max B to come home for so long. I'm going to ask y'all again. Did Max B drop an album yet? Or is Rick Ross' career back featuring Max? Is French Montana career back featuring Max? Ha ha ha. I'll tell you what they're going to do to Max. We're going to ping his ass. We're going to ping him real quick. Max, the hottest thing smoking. Bring him here. Come on, bro. Let's go. He hot right now. Yeah, he don't know the industry. I was able to see that Max B was locked up 16 years and still don't know the game. He didn't know the game before he went in. He don't know when he got out. He don't know when he got out. Only way he would have been like Tupac, he's supposed to come out and diss everybody. Screw it. Diss everybody. He couldn't do that. He couldn't do it. You know why? Because they probably set it up as he going to come home early anyway. You know, you better stay in your place, Max. No, Max. Word is, a lot of people's career was finished. And the word is, you was the perfect smokescreen. But the question is, like I told the bros, he ain't coming back. Max ain't. I'm going to tell you again. I was a Max B fan, him and French, when they was doing that music. Guys, that was 2009. That was 2010. That was a long time ago when they was making that heat. Then I saw French Montana make his own heat. I seen French Montana blow up after Max. People don't remember that neither. Yeah, Max B was in prison, but French Montana did become a star to that. He did. French Montana did put out a lot of good music without Max. Because remember, French Montana was with Drake in the beginning. Y'all remember that song, Stage Scheming, French, Drake, Rick Ross? That song was fire, still fire. But people forget that the reality is French Montana got big deals and got a whole lot of money since he left Max. Which means the reality is Max was a good breath of fresh air for French, but far as music-wise, he didn't need Max. Max is a fresh air and a good publicity stunt when the guys from the street miss Max B. But see, Max B hanging with French Montana soaking up all that clout. That's right, because Max B ain't got no record deal. Max B is not currently dropping nothing. So like I said, when bro, he came home and I told bro, if he don't hit that booth that Friday, he ain't never coming out. Meaning he gonna come out later, but he ain't gonna be hot because they cooled him off. All right. When I saw Max go on Revolt for his first interview, and I seen them get more views than him, and I knew the game that what Max B didn't even know, come home, monetize his own channel and get that money. He didn't even know that when he came home, all he had to do was two things. Monetize his own channel, do his own interviews on his channel, and put his own music out on his channel. That's all he had to do. And that would have been all his money. But when he didn't do that, I knew he was messed up. When y'all say, oh, French gave him some money. No, French put his ass in the deal. That means Max play a position. Look at Max. And I'm going to tell you all the stuff. Max been getting pranked. They've been taking pictures of, I'm telling you what they doing, y'all. If you don't know who Max B is, you ain't going to know who he is. Now, you see them on stage, French and Rick Ross. Look at Max B with his back turned. So the picture they post of the BET Awards is Max B back turned, meaning you ain't going to be looking at the camera, meaning you ain't getting no shine off this, Max. Yeah, you're going to be on that BET stage, but guess what? I didn't even know he was there. Then they purposely put this picture out with his back turned. He ain't even looking because it's about Rick and French. No, Max, you're going to be a sidekick. You're going to be our split star. That's it. You think you're going to rap, but maybe later. Not now. See it? No, this on purpose, y'all. Tell your me to be in on it too. The word is, don't blow Max up. Don't let Max shine like that. You see it, right? No, it's about Rick Ross and French. Now, guys, you at the Source Award, you at the BET Award, you get a chance to be on that stage. They taking pictures of you with your back turned. These are the pictures I got on Max B. First of all, I didn't even know he was there. Now, if I had to find out like I did this way, here's how I found out. Him being critiqued on TikTok. Thank you, Penny. All right. They saying they made Max B do this like a flunky, y'all. Only pictures I see on Max B at the BET Award is this picture and this picture right here with his back turned. See how they got like a sidekick? And Max B, French, all of y'all, guys, why do y'all have on fur coats in a hot building in the summer? It is summer. Summer started June 21st or something like that, second. Why y'all guys? It's starting to show, man. Y'all brains are cooked. French, you said you went through situations. You know, y'all all admitted y'all were getting messed up. Y'all were getting lit at one point. It's starting to show, man. What is wrong with y'all? Why do y'all got on hot-ass coats in a goddamn... Guys, for one, they performing with a fur coat on. That's hot. Then they got fire behind them. That's hot. It's summertime. That's hot. And there's a whole bunch of people in the building. Guys who wear fur coats in the building. They backwards. They don't wear coats outside of them in buildings. What is going on, y'all? No, I told you these rappers' brains are cooked, man. Max B got on a big fur coat with a hood in the summer. No, y'all, I don't know what's wrong with hip-hop brain now. I just don't know, man. It just don't. Guys, they could just have on shorts. They could just have on summer clothes. What the hell is going on? So you got it? No, man. They got Max B on stage with a goddamn coat like a child. All right? He dressed up like Mini-Me. You know how when you and your peoples, y'all put on y'all fur coats, and y'all they bought a fur coat for the child. Man, that's Max B, man. And then they did him so dirty, they took a picture with his back turned. Somebody said, yeah, put that picture out right there. Look, Max B, French Montana, Rick Ross perform on stage during the BET Award 2026. Now, the thing is this, y'all, I didn't even know they was on the stage. I ain't know. But didn't I tell you one thing? I said, the truth is Rick Ross got a song on the radio. I mean, his song playing and French playing. They are rebranding. But see, the thing is, Max B is also part of the rebranding. And there's no facts he going to have a career. Meaning, because Max got to focus on it. It's nobody focusing on Max B project. Okay? When Pac came home, Suge said, let's go. Let's hit the booth. Let's go. You see what I'm saying? Snoop and them saying, let's go. We got you, Pac. Dad said, take these beats. We got you. That ain't happening to Max B. No, Max B being treated like Ray J. Come on, Max. Let's go. You can hang with us. Come on, bro. Your album coming out. Yeah. It's coming out. Yeah. Here, take this money. Take this blunt. Whatever. Chill out, bro. We got you. When we finish, then you gonna come out. Right, that's about it. Meanwhile, his shine, anybody know about this game, is about momentum. So when he first came out, momentum, he didn't do that. I told bro and then they're gonna turn him to an online celebrity. Here you got it. Max B, an online sensation. Meanwhile, he's an online sensation for real because they being dragged on TikTok. All right? I was just telling them nobody's gonna escape. Wasn't French signed a Bad Boy? What they say? No Bad Boy record members were invited to Clive Davis' funeral. Now, the only thing I will say about French, he did work. He did a lot of work without Diddy, musically, and he did separate himself to a degree because he moved on from Diddy and made a lot of music. French did a lot of music, a lot of features, a lot of hits. He got a lot of music. I can't take it from him. But if French didn't put in all that work, so that's why I say, remember when I said it's like some people were just happy to be around Diddy and Jay-Z? And I said, you can see it now. Then I made a joke. One of the jokes I said, what they don't get, Diddy stopped hanging with Jim Jones, and then Diddy started hanging with French. He kicked Jim Jones to the curb for French. And I say, you know why? Because Jimmy stopped making them hits. French kept them hits coming. That's the truth of the game. And at the end of the day, French kept the hits coming. French got way more hits than all of them. And if you check French Network, he got more money than all of them. Who's that? The New York rappers. You can put all the New York rappers together right now. French Montana got more money than all of them. But he came out last. Well, I keep telling you, the rappers that came out in the 90s are the most embarrassing because they got the least money. French Montana was hanging with Diddy 10, 15 years after everybody else and still made more money than Jadakiss and the Lox and all of them. So whose fault is it? I told you. What happened is French was working. French wasn't just staying in New York. Remember in New York, they had the juice bar. Everybody was on a New York Breakfast Club. French was grinding, making music, going out of town, meeting people, networking, some collaborations, working. French did work. So when you work in this game, in the end, it pays off. That's why French is financially successful, because he got hits with Rick Ross, Drake, and many others. Ray Schumer, he got hits. He got his own little hits, which means he actually worked. Cam didn't work like French in the end. Jim Jones ain't work like French. Mace ain't work like French. Shine ain't work like French. G-Dep ain't work like French. We keep going. Ain't nothing work like French. The whole Bad Boy Stab, Lil C, Lil Kim, Mano, Fab, ain't nothing to work like French. That's why French still has a career. He understood, yeah, I'll be with Diddy, but I'm going to cash out off this hanging with Diddy shit. What else Rick Ross showed you? Yeah, I'll be with Diddy, but I ain't going to leave Diddy and them broke. When Diddy and Jay-Z finish with me, I ain't going to be broke. That's what Rick Ross said. So I told you it's a formula to it. The smart ones know that. Yeah, I'm with Diddy and Jay-Z, but I ain't going to end up broke. Like, no, they understood that. So what they do, they kept working. Now let's go back to Rick Ross. Since he was signed and started Maybach, how much music he put out? Did he put out a lot of music? All right. So the truth is, it's in your face, y'all. They kept, see, I know the 20 teens. I'm noticing a lot of y'all try to black out the 20 teens. I know the 20 teens clear as day because the 20 teens was them right there. Rick Ross, French, Gucci Man, Future. See, T.I. was already gone. Yo Gotti, Young Thug, Migos. See? All this going on. That's Young Money, Nicki. That's the teens, 20 teens. I told y'all before, seems like people try to write the 20 teens out of history, but that was really one of the best times of music up to date recent. It was. A lot of party music came out. A lot of hit records came out. The 20 teens. When the game went to another notch and they started making new money. And then you're going to see the New York rappers, they couldn't make money. All New York rappers did was what? Go get interviewed. First, they was collecting money from interviews. Then they was collecting money from up-and-coming rappers paying for features. Word is, a lot of those rappers were running over people money. That's what they was doing. When their careers wasn't relevant, they was doing walkthroughs, getting little shows, and taking money from low-level rappers, not doing a feature. Or they'll take the money, do the song, but they won't promote it. Meaning they had ways of getting money. They were getting interviewed. I threw it at you yesterday. When Nori had Drake Champs, they kept going to Drake Champs for clout because they didn't have no career. So, being that they got inspired by Nori and Drake Champs, what they do after that, they try to start their own channel. They start doing the same exact thing Nori did. But what am I telling you? They all stopped making music. But Nori was the first one to say he don't make music no more. He did it first. But then you're going to see everybody else follow him. And they follow him. That's what happened, y'all. So my point is, they did this to themselves. Because in the end, the truth is, when we looking at Rick Ross and French, they outworked everybody else and they outsmart everybody else. Yeah, we around Diddy and Jay-Z, but we're going to make our own hit records. We're not just going to be sidekicks forever, needing to pay bills and let me hold something, make me a Ciroc boy, all this stuff. No. They showed you the aftermath of the game. And I'm saying that because what else they not getting? Rick Ross will be performing in New York City this summer, just like Jay-Z. But no other New York rapper is headlining New York City this summer. Just Jay-Z and Rick Ross. Everything is in your face, y'all. And if Hov don't bring them out, and guess what? That Yankee Stadium, he ain't bringing them out. And that Yankee Stadium, I don't think it's going to be none of the other stuff. It's going to be all about him because that's what they paid for. They didn't pay to see everybody show at Yankee Stadium, no. I think some telling me after all this stuff Jay-Z go through, I think he's going to be done with all of them. I just think he's going to start focusing on himself. That's just what I think. I think they all going to officially disappear. Know why? It's right here. No Bad Boy Records members were invited to Clyde Davis' funeral. I'm taking this as a sign of they getting wiped out of history. You know what I'm saying? And they getting left out to dry. Meaning, you used to be with Bad Boy. But now, who are you now? Meaning, you didn't get away from this legacy. That's who you are now. A washed up Bad Boy artist. And some of y'all might have a second career on YouTube. That's cool, but you guys I totally should have did more work. Y'all should have did more docs. Y'all should have did more movies. Y'all should have did more independent projects. Y'all should have threw more concert events. Y'all should have did more stuff instead of just sitting in New York for that clout, sitting up under the big dogs, trying to get that shine. See, when they tell you New York, big city of dreams, ain't always what it seems is the truth. New York will build you up so big, the clout is so powerful. But nobody sees you at night when it gets dark and nobody's around and you by yourself. And New York becomes so lonely and small. See that? But you can front. But when reality set in, you in New York, your money ain't right, you ain't got this, you ain't got that. They come from an era rolling deep, 100 people. They can't run around like that no more. The shows stop. Guys, you can be from New York City now. You can't even do shows in New York like that. So it's not even like you're a New York rapper and I could do a show every night. They can't do it no more. It's shut down. You got it? It's a difference. Now, I want y'all to think about that. Think about it. You're a rapper from New York City, but you can't even book shows around the city. One night, I'm in the Bronx. One night, I'm in Manhattan. One night, I'm in Brooklyn. And I just do that shit all year. Every week, I'm somewhere in the city performing, get money. They can't even do that. Because when they first shut down hip-hop events, I knew what they was doing. If you're not in that arena, got it? So the same thing for California. That's why you're going to see California. They ain't just do them. Remember back in the day, House of Blues, Tupac perform here. They be performing everywhere in the city. You can see them. They all around the city. But see, when they stopped that money flow in the city, they stopped a lot of New York rappers' money. And that's why I say it come down to who really got fans out of town. This shit I've been through 10 years ago. And I knew that when I go out of town, certain people from New York don't hit like that. One thing I know for a fact, who they love out of town everywhere from New York, that they give respect to, Jay-Z. A lot of people used to love Jadakiss too. Jadakiss. He one of them. The top, Jay-Z, Jadakiss, Diddy, stuff like that. I'll say it's people like Fat Joe, a lot of Latinos, but I'm just saying the truth is, the honest truth, the main people from New York that people loved everywhere, Jay-Z, DMX, Jadakiss. All places, and 50 Cent. 50 Cent too. I can't take that, and Nas. I can't take that from 50 and Nas neither. Man, you go to any state, somebody gonna say, yeah, I like Nas. You go to any state, somebody gonna say, yo, Jay, I like Jada. They were like the main ones that I know for a fact people in other places like their music and respected them. Get it? But not every other New York artist. Like you, some place out of town, they don't like Dipset. They don't like Fabulous. They just don't. You know what I'm saying? Why you think when Jimmy and them go certain places, people try to fight them? Yeah, how many times you heard about Dipset getting in fights? A lot of people didn't like them, y'all. It's the truth. And that's what I'm telling you. A lot of that stuff was just New York hype. They had their little spots where people mess with them, but as a whole, no. Everybody didn't like them like that. Everybody didn't like Dipset like they like G-Unit. G-Unit can go to Oklahoma. They can go to Texas. They can go to California. They can go to Nebraska. Everybody, they love G-Unit. That's how it was. I just know what I'm talking about. Some of the rest of them, New York, Atlanta, Miami. New York, Atlanta, Miami. That was really it. That's where they got most of their love from. All right? That's just what happened. And I'm saying that because now it's based on individual talent and individuality. So we're in the world of streaming. For somebody to stream your old stuff, that means people had to really like you a lot. It's a reason why these streams started dropping. It's a reason also why he sold Tidal. When Jay-Z sold Tidal, another part of it is they know that streaming money ain't what it used to be no more. So many different things happen. Don't it make sense? If I got this company and they're not getting streams like that, why am I keep it? No, they wasn't getting no streams like that. It wasn't making no money like that. Not like it used to. It made all that money when you had all them streaming rappers. See, remember you had all the SoundCloud rappers? Remember that when Spotify was popping? That's when it was all the streaming money. That's when that Tidal was in effect. And Apple Music was big, but now it ain't big no more because y'all ain't got nothing to stream. You ain't got no music to stream. And I'm saying all that because I'm just showing you, I didn't even know they performed at BT, Max B and French and Rick Ross, but I'm showing them. Like I said, whenever they show their face, they're going to get backlash. So here you go, Max B getting backlash. Word is, they making Max B do stuff. Because in the video, it is said that Max B looked to the right. You see that French Montana poster right there? That's what they said about Max. They made him be a mascot, y'all. And then they taking pictures of him on stage with his back turned, meaning you ain't getting no shine, brother. Let's go. All right? Now I'm going to show y'all the jokes they're making on this whole thing. They saying somebody look like a flying rotisserie chicken. Nah, man. I'm showing y'all the aftermath. Let's go. I didn't know all of them was there yesterday. I didn't get to cover it all. T.I.'s team has issued with BT security altercation. They had an issue. Wherever those rappers go, some drama, right? T.I. team has an issue. They had an issue with BT security. Really? No, nobody's saying, who are you? You're not that popping no more. What you doing here? That's what the security said. T.I., what you doing here? You ain't going on that stage. Oh, my bad. You performing? Oh, we sorry. We thought your career was over. That's probably what happened. Other than that, here's what they said about T.I. T.I., where's the video? All right? So remember when I told you nobody believes them, nobody even care about them? People look at those rappers, everything they do is fugazi and made up. So that's why they're saying, T.I., if you got into an altercation, where's the video? All right, what else they said about T.I.? When the police have an issue with the police, you know it's bad. Then you got it, man. If everybody get the joke, you get the joke. They say when the police have a problem with the police, you know it's bad. All right, so we're going to leave that alone, man. We're going to leave it alone. Meanwhile, when the police have a problem with the police, you know it's bad. Who is that? Gunna. Gunna at the Hip Hop Awards on the stage. All right? So around here, now family, remember when I said 2 years ago, in the end, the joke going to be on everybody else. The joke ain't going to be on us because we know what this game about. We ain't going to say. We know what this game about. We also know what you got to do to be a rapper. So that's right. So y'all know what Gunna did. You see him on that stage, right? That's right. Now, what's the main thing nobody got about Gunna and Young Thug? What's the main thing nobody got about it? Did you see any of their homeboys come home from jail? When you heard about YSL got locked up, did you see anybody else come home? Did you see the gang come home yet? Okay, we'll leave it at that. This is what hip hop culture is. Meaning, you see what Gunna did, right? Gunna, everybody was against him here on that stage, right? All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So there you got it, y'all. There you got it. There you got it. Hip hop is a culture of hypocrisy. You got it? They're going to talk all this no snitching, no snitching, no snitching. Meanwhile, you got it right here, Gunna. See, it's a culture of hypocrisy. See, you're going to be like Ice Cube, dressed up like a criminal your whole life, but you ain't even going to spend one day in jail for speeding. Not one. Ice Cube didn't even get locked up for a couple hours to make his image real. He never went in that prison, even though his whole life he wore penitentiary clothes. Got it? Whole time dressed up like an LA gangster from Compton. Whole time just a costume. That's all it was. Because that LA gangster life was so profitable. It was so profitable. Yeah, they got rich on the West Coast, but what was they selling? Gangster rap, brother. They were selling everything that going in them streets, LA. That's what got them rich. Them LA stories, God, that LA stuff, man. Trust me, ever since Boys in the Hood. Before that, LA sells the drama, but it come from them streets. And Ice Cube was able to capitalize off the streets, period. The streets, they so gangster, they don't rap. I'll be their voice. And I'll collect the checks because they don't rap. They busy smoking each other, but I'll be the face and the voice. That's what he did and got paid off that whole thing. Cuz no wearing a Raider hat, I'm going to start rocking this Raider hat. I'm going to get this clout. That's what happened, man. He going to still wear that costume like Flavor Flav going to wear that clout. All right, that's it. So hip-hop is hypocrisy, meaning it's just entertainment. It never was supposed to be taken for real. Never was. It's just entertainment, y'all. Now, I'm saying that because I didn't peep this yesterday. Look at what kind of shirt Janet Jackson got on. And yes, she does look like a... I ain't going to say nothing. I say she looked like a woman that fly on a broomstick. See that shirt? Tupac. It's mighty funny. I was just talking about Poetic Justice yesterday, and I had no clue Janet had on a Tupac shirt. What is that about, y'all? I think Janet feel bad that she did at the pop. What she do to pop? Y'all know the national news was Janet made him take an HIV test and all that because they had a kissing scene. Janet, don't try to put on a Tupac shirt now. Just stop it. Just stop. Because you embarrassed Pop when he was alive. Meanwhile, Janet, hear what they saying about you. All right, they couldn't wait to roast y'all. They couldn't wait. So I want them all to get. They can perform, do whatever they want. I have nothing against them. But the younger generations, they looking at all y'all very funny and hilarious. And this is why they call y'all aunties and uncles now. Because you have become your aunties and uncles. Your aunties and uncles now, y'all. It's all facts now. So knock it off trying to be cool and young. Your aunties and uncles. The music always exposes y'all. Like, how many times, right? You see a timeline of somebody, like, it'll be an old chick online dancing. She calls herself twerking, but how they get themselves away? They always twerking the old music. It's just horrible. You know how horrible it is when you go across a timeline and you see an older woman twerking the R. Kelly. They always twerk the R. Kelly. They be twerking that old music. That's what Tokyo Tony be doing. That old shit. You got what I'm saying, y'all? They be twerking the music from the 80s and early 90s. I'll be like, man, they don't know. They just embarrassing themselves so bad. They are embarrassing themselves so. They don't even get technology. Don't even match. Technology and y'all old music don't even mix. Old ass songs are not supposed to be on the gram, periods. They don't get it. So, auntie, if you're going to twerk, at least play something new. Like play Megan or Cardi. Could y'all please stop twerking the old stuff? It's horrible, man. It's horrible. It's horrible. I can't stand it, man. They going out so bad. Yes, they aunties and uncles now. See that? The young generation having a ball. They was like, bro, you couldn't wait to start joking. And you joking before the show even over. And you got it. What they say yesterday, Janet couldn't even read properly. So the fans not buying it. Let's say if I do buy it. So that's one thing, but the fans not buying it, y'all. The new generation is not buying none of this stuff. Somehow they just turning everything into roast. Who's that? The baby. Guess how he got his deal? We ain't gonna say that. He got a little soul on the radio, but look at the baby. Is he a bodyguard? Is he an ex-dancer? What is he? Can you now get the BET Awards was just for them? It was a 52 fake out. BET, y'all gonna perform in LA. Little do y'all know, we gonna have a Clyde celebration in New York. The real celebration is the Clyde celebration. Y'all ain't gonna be there. Y'all gonna be in BT. Get your ass out of here. Stay out there. All right. Don't come to Clyde. Don't come nowhere near Clyde situation. I know none of y'all. And that's what that was. Y'all gonna be in LA. The real superstars was in New York. These are facts. Jennifer Hudson. Then I tell you, some they not BT like that. A lot of them are not BT. If Jennifer Hudson was BT, if she was down with them like that, she would not have had a TV show. She'll be off TV right now. She just got a deal. So I was telling you, BET is a certain family, but everybody with that complexion is not down with BET. Get it? And they don't need BET. They don't need it. They have careers, y'all, outside of BET because they got away from BET. They elevated past that. BET, a.k.a. the Chitlin Circuit. Got it? Y'all know who they are. All right. Jennifer Hudson gives an emotional performance to Mr. Clyde, singing them lungs out. It's only right because she would have never been in that movie and became a star wasn't for Clyde. That's right. Alicia Keys shedding tears. Oh, I also told them all. Since Clyde is gone, it's open season on all of them now. Yeah, there's nobody to protect that, nobody legacy no more. Nope. It's a field day. Here's part of it. Now I'm going to show y'all something disturbing about this BET Award stuff, how they joking, y'all. I'm going to show y'all this stuff is very disturbing. I also told you guys certain things like, yes, you do have certain people that are racist. They loving it all. I told y'all already. People that are racist. Everybody's not racist, y'all. But the people that are racist, they are loving it. They are laughing. They baking, roasting 24/7 disrespectfully. Because not only did they watch everybody fall on their face, remember when you guys were proud of yourself in the BT, MTV days and y'all had all those other races looking up to y'all, especially with that blonde hair, remember? Y'all whole thing was the woman with that blonde hair, right? You just understand this one thing. They all laughing now. Let me show y'all the disrespect. Y'all check this out. I do not approve of this message. We was kings. We was kings. Joking on y'all. We was kings. Back in the day, we was kings. See, the jokes on y'all is, yeah, y'all was kings, but you ain't no more. This for y'all now. Told you this what it was. And I was just trying to tell you all, you can't keep claiming great legacy, but your legacy ain't adding up to that. You can't keep claiming greatness that you have no parts of and you did not contribute to. And I was telling you that everybody knows this. When I said that BLAC, that talk is just talk now, nobody want to hear it. Because the truth is, the word that y'all have strayed away from y'all greatness so much, or what you used to be, y'all just has-beens now. We was kings. We was kings. Saying now, this for y'all now. So y'all know the jokes about the watermelon fella and all that? No, it's a whole bunch of jokes. It ain't got to do with just that. No, people go, I mean, hey, you can pick and choose what you want to get mad at, what you want to. I told you. Everybody is getting roasted. Everybody that's with that program. Meaning, if you are not of a certain intelligence, if you are not reflecting a certain behavior, you got to earn respect to get respect. If you out here moving a certain way, that's how you being judged. And I told you, every single thing online is being critiqued. And I told them 2024, y'all all being judged. When you so proud of everything, but in reality, you don't have nothing to be proud of. People are letting you know that. We was kings. They talking about y'all be online all day talking about what you used to be. We used to be. You know, we used to rule Egypt, right? Well, you know about Kush? You know we did this, right? You know we did all these adventures, right? What you used to do. You're no different from that crackhead in New Jack City. Back in the day, I was prom queen. Now you look like prom fiend. That's back in the day. You was great back in the day, but this who y'all are now, according to what they're saying. We was kings. We was kings. Now look at their ass. See that? I told you they disrespect and roasting. This all in the BT comment section. Told y'all, man, it's not gonna end bad. It's not gonna end good. It's not gonna end good. And there's still certain things I will not report. There's certain things I'm not reporting. Just not. And I always tell you all, y'all, if this stuff don't apply to you, let it fly. This stuff, none of this stuff apply to me. It don't hurt my feelings. I have no feelings about it. It don't apply to me. So I don't care what people say. This don't apply to me. I don't be online talking about we was kings. I don't do none of that. All right, I have a members only. I have went into many different things of greatness, but I'm the one to tell you, you still great now. But if you're doing certain things, you ain't great no more. I told them the things they proud of in the end gonna be all they jokes and disrespect. Because they forgot the world was watching online. And what one thing they didn't get was online gave the whole planet, for the first time ever in history, an inside look at y'all culture, y'all lifestyle, how you wake up, how you go throughout your day, how you live your life, how your marriage situations are, how your raising situations are. Y'all put y'all whole life on this, but you had no clue. In the end, it was all going to be used against you in a court of public law, which is a public lynching called humiliation. That's what happened. I'm not playing. You see it here. Nobody spared. I tried to spare them yesterday, but first thing first in this game, everybody knows already, y'all. Keyword, Dwayne Wade. Dwayne Wade. That's the key word. That's the code word, y'all. Dwayne Wade. Got it? Everybody knows this. Dwayne Wade, they say the same thing with Jamie Foxx. Even though that's Jamie Foxx's daughter, right? So I didn't go into this yesterday. Now let me show you. When I said every time they show their face, they're getting roasted. Now what makes it so bad? Their family tree is being roasted as well. Is this monstrosity Afro monster in full costume? Is this monstrosity Afro monster in full costume? What did I say? They looked at it. The reason why people don't get it, because it's not colored. If you color that, that is a clown wig. It's just black. I already went into the buckwheat thing. That is really a clown wig. It's just not colored. Everybody that got eyes to see, no subliminal message, no coding, everybody that understands these things get it clear. When I say the joke on them, they just don't know it. And they don't know because they can't see. So I'm showing you what they saying, y'all. This is why all this in the comment section. When you saw Jaden being roasted. No, the word is, I'm not going to repeat it, but y'all know how Michael Jackson grew up, right? All right. Desperate for attention. Desperate for attention. What does that mean? They're telling you, Jamie, you already washed up. Now you trying to get clout off your child, but this is what they saying about both of y'all, all right? And they also say, I saw articles saying nepotism in the industry. Everybody's also pissed because it's looking like, oh, all they kids are stars now, really? Like, so we're supposed to just, that's what people saying. And it was said that at the BET Awards, they cut certain people off short that were new. New people that got a new fan base have fans that are mad because it was said they were cutting their set. Yes. Thank you very much. Another thing is, people were supposed to get awards. They didn't give them their award. They was doing a little funny stuff to people, y'all. So I want y'all to just see, when I told you guys in the end, ain't nothing to be proud of no more. Nothing. And I also told you something else. Everything is not your culture. Guys, everything is not your culture. We at a time of, you better worry about yourself. All right? How you know ain't your culture? Guys, you were born and raised in this country, right? I don't know what family you come from. In your family, did anybody walk around with their hair like that in your family? And if they did, I bet it was the 80s. They said, how was this y'all culture? I didn't walk around like that. That's some new stuff. Meaning, that's a Hollywood thing. But hear what they said about Jamie. Jamie Foxx, your daughter's taller than you. But I'm not going to tell you what they said in the comment section. You just think Dwayne Wade. All right? So other than that, hear what they saying. Can celebrities raise normal children? I don't know. Like, is it against the law or rules for them to have just normal children? So they rich as crap, but they can't just have normal children that ride bikes and skateboards and go outside and play with their friends in the backyard. You see what they saying, right? Because, guys, time has passed. They have all been exposed of who they are and what they've been doing. You got a track record now. Marlon Wayans and his. Dwayne Wade. We keep going. We'll leave it at that. Miss Darkness herself. I'm not going to lie, Lauryn Hill make me don't want to see it either. When I think of Lauryn Hill, I just think of darkness. Depressing. Sad. Lauryn Hill make me want to cry, y'all. I don't cry like that, but she make me want to cry right now. She just make me want to cry, man. She does. She's depressing, man. You want to just cry, man, just for the hell of it. Just shed tears, man. She's depressing, guys. Now I got to show y'all the real talk. This is the real talk, y'all. Who is she? If you don't know who she is, you an auntie and an uncle. You're auntie. You officially an auntie if you don't know what that is. But don't feel bad, auntie. It's okay. I'm only joking on aunties and uncles, because when you was young, you was rebelling. You ain't listen to your parents. Remember, you ain't respect old heads, but now you an old head. That's why I say that. Now, guess what they did to this person? Guess what they did to her? She came on stage, won an award, and they forgot to give it to her on the stage. Fans noticed the presenters forgot to give her trophy. However, let's take a look. For those who don't know, her name is Kalani. That's right, 1D. Kalani, that's right. So, check it out. Kalani was not given her award before leaving the stage at the BET Awards, which was the highest form of disrespect. How do somebody win an award, come on stage to get the award, and they forget to give it? The question is, was it on purpose or was it by mistake? So now y'all get what I was saying? They've been hating on the new generation. Can y'all now get what I said? They use the new generation to make themselves relevant. You got it? Nobody really wanted to see them like that. So they're being shoved down the throats of the new generation. What I always tell you, I can tolerate them. I have nothing against them. But the new generation, they want new stuff. When we was young, we did not keep watching Luther, Teddy Pendergrass, Freddie Jackson, Michael Jackson, Jermaine. We didn't keep seeing them. So the new generation feel the same way. They say, where our artists at? We tired of them. My mama used to play that. My dad used to play that. I'm sick of them. I don't like them. I used to get my butt beat when they was in the living room playing their music. I don't like them. That's how the new generation feel, y'all. I'm trying to tell you what's happening. So the new generation watching for people like her, but they saw her get disrespected. And don't worry, she ain't the only one that got disrespected, y'all. They took the shine off all the new people. Why? They knew that was a big event. And if you knew, you get a whole lot of new clout. Remember, the youth is the energy. The youth is the light. So that's why druski is with the new. They use druski, kekepalmer, the new teyanataylor to promote it. They had new artists there. Yes, Lotto, songs on the radio, new people there, but the shine was on everybody else. See that? Lauryn Hill. No, I'm going to say they was used to ruin y'all event. Now, here go right here. Let's check this out. Y'all look at it for yourself. The BET Awards on Sunday were full of some big moments for members of the Black artist community. Now stop right there. Now let me classify and break it down to you. What you mean? Members of the black artist community. I thought an artist was an artist. I didn't know it was a black artist community. No. I'm going to always show you how this thing coded. Now, you see this national news? The national news promoting that they did this woman dirty. The national news is saying, you know, at that BET award, they forgot to give this woman her award. Well, then again, that is the black community of entertainment. That's all it is. They're saying that. It's just something for them. Got it? Tell you that's how it plays out. So when I told you, a lot of them, they not respected as real artists and talent. It's called, that's just for them. That's their department. It's called blacks only. Black only. Get them their old stuff to play with. See it right here? One of the biggest moments for members of the black artist community. Man, it wasn't a big moment. It wasn't a big show. But for them, it was big. For members of their community, it was big. But if you're not a member of their community, see, if you're not a member of their community and you're not like them, this is how you get treated. Bingo. So I told you it's a reason why a lot of their time is up. It's about the new generation. Let's go. Here go right here. For members of the artist community, but awkward one also mentioned, especially for singer Kalon. So they saying for members of the black community that was there, they had a good time. But for some, it was awkward. When you go on stage at their event and they don't give you a damn trophy. Meanwhile, they gave Cardi B was on stage singing. They gave her trophies on the stage while she was singing. And she got tribute. Not her. Because it said somebody controls it. Fans noticed the presenters forgot to give her her trophy. That guy standing right there forgot to give it to her. Why? Because she won. That woman giving her a hug, taking her shine from her. No, they're attention whores. And that's all they was doing. They didn't give her her award, y'all. They tried. That was an embarrassment. Let's say it again. Get it clear. The BET Awards on Sunday were full of some big moments for members of the black artist community. Some big moments. For who? B2K. Oh, then again, they cousin, their uncle, he still work with BET. Yeah, they still been supporting him. They still buy the tickets. After everything said about Mr. Chris, they still love him. Because that's what culture is. I told you I don't support this culture. I don't support nothing they do. Here you got it. B2K. So you mean to tell me Raz B ain't there after everything Raz B said? B2K. Black, what? No, that's why they told you this stuff is just for y'all. They will never, ever in their life be seen on a public television. Never. You will forever be on applications, Hulu, Netflix, low-level movies, and janky-ass verses. Y'all don't exist. B2K. No, they showing you this y'all era. This era y'all come from. Meanwhile, now you see why they joking on BT? We was kings. We was the shit back in the day. We was kings. B2K, y'all. So you see all these black eyes that ruin the event? I want to watch Kalani. I got to see B2K. So now you get when I said you can't escape these guys. I stopped watching 106 in Park I stopped watching everything commercial 20 years ago. I've been an underground person because I knew the underground is why I get away from them. Always like mixtapes, always like bootleg music. I don't like pop radio. I don't like none of that stuff. Once you go pop, I'm done with you. Once I'm not with all that industry stuff. So what I'm trying to tell you, I have ran from them my whole life, and I have watched them stalk me out. If I want to watch Paramount, oh shit, there they go. Damn, can't escape. They won't let me escape. That's how I feel about all of them. All right, so B2K, y'all, at the BET Awards. The baby dressed up like Farrakhan Jr. Just stop, man. So this woman didn't get an award. She was supposed to get one, y'all. She didn't get one, but she got hers. Guys, did Lauryn Hill deserve that award? Guys, When the last time Lauryn Hill dropped the album? And should she not have already gotten tribute already? Didn't I tell you wherever they go, some people are just black clouds? Don't she look like darkness in the flesh? Don't she look like, I'm just saying, right? Minutes. She's never happy. She's never happy. She's never happy, y'all. So I don't get it. She's never happy. So the thing is this. She didn't get her award accordingly, but they made sure Lauryn got her award accordingly. Meaning it wasn't fair. And her fans are pissed. Meanwhile, okay, you know for a fact Lizzo flopped. What is Lizzo doing at the BET Awards? Acting like she fake crying because Queen Latifah on the stage. Fake crying. She act like she was crying. Where the tears at? No career. Y'all have proof she flopped. What is she doing at BET Awards? Why did they give her a walkthrough? I told you, y'all, it's all a joke. It's a joke just for y'all to like. It is more of a circus than got anything to do with music. It has nothing to do with music no more. It's just a circus. All right, that's all it is. And I'm saying that because Lauryn Hill has been turned to stone. How many of y'all saw that full moon yesterday? At the end, Lauryn Hill, you had nothing but the Statue of Liberty. Turned to stone. All right? You have nothing left, Lauryn. This woman didn't make a record since about 2002 or something. Miseducation. Don't get me twisted. I don't remember. It might have came out in 98. No, y'all. This is horrible. This is disgraceful. This is disgraceful. So you got it, right? No new generation. Before you know who she is, what she done, you're gonna know about everybody else. You're gonna know about Janet. You're gonna know. See, you ain't gonna have, you don't got no future, y'all. You got it? All right. So let's continue on. Lauryn Hill. Every time I see Lauryn Hill, she looks depressing. She looks horrible. Her songs are sad. I used to like Lauryn Hill. Her album was hard. She used to be that, but she ain't that no more. She been scorned, bitter. She also has been held hostage at the Marley plantation. She has been held hostage by the Marley family for over 20 years. That's it. You gonna have these babies, you ain't going nowhere. That's right. Lauryn can't get out, y'all. That's all this is. Same thing with Lauryn. Same thing happened to Rihanna. 3 children. Y'all see Lauryn Hill? God, let's just be honest. Last year, they said she went to the Essence thing, came out late. Y'all have heard throughout the years, they say she always late. What did Lauryn Hill do to get this award right now, y'all? Let's just be honest. All right? Guys, I don't know what is this about. But I told you, man. Lauryn Hill would do everything but be happy. If you see Lauryn Hill happy, y'all, please smack me right now. Tell me, do something. She don't bring the joy. She make you want to cry. She make you upset. No. Some of them are black clouds. Some of them are just darkness in the flesh. They are nothing good. Or they don't come to spread the joy. They don't. So then you got it. Other people was treated like dirt, y'all. We ain't finished yet. So not only did Lauryn come, they did her music, that's one thing. Her kids performed, that's another thing. But this came out of nowhere. And I ain't even going to talk about the outfit she had on. I ain't even going to go there. I'm not even going there. She like she was hot and sweating, ready to go. Frustrated. Maybe her feet hurt too. Now, this is what happened. Once again, the new generation, I don't know who this guy is, but he's somebody. Check it out. Viewers didn't get to see Quan in full performance at the 2026 BET Award. Viewers criticized the BET Award for cutting away from Quan mid-performance. In the middle of his performance, they cut him, y'all. Disrespect. So you have 2 new generation people in your face that got disrespected. Why? They not with the family. That's why. They ain't with the BT family. They new to the family. So you're going to see they gave more attention to his his daughter. They gave more attention to her kids, and everybody else, except for the people that's actually winning and who the people actually like. You got it now? You got it. So I don't know who Quan is, but it made me want to check him out. Meaning, I might have heard his music on the radio, but I didn't know that was him. So the BET Awards is his time to shine. They control, whoever put this show together, control who gonna shine and who not gonna shine. So they control it. You will not be on BET outshining Cardi B, lady. You will not be outshining Queen Latifah. No. And young man, you will not outshine Common. And you got it. Same old suit reheated. But they don't get, as time go on, they just embarrassing themselves. Because they hip hoppers. And they 50s. Hip, a hop, a hip to the hip, the hip hop, the hip to the hip hop. We up, y'all. We up on a Tuesday morning. It is summertime. We gonna still try to enjoy ourselves. Don't get depressed, y'all. It's gonna be all right. Life is hard, but it'll be better. I'm not depressed from life. I'm depressed with this BET stuff. Every time I see their face, I get depressed. All right, now check it out. Do you know Queen Latifah rapped at the BET Awards back in the day? She hosted it. Guys, am I supposed to see Queen Latifah and comment to the guy? I'm not ashamed to tell you, man. When I was a little man in elementary school, I had a Queen Latifah record, but it was an instrumental. Not UNITY. It was her first joint. And she had instrumental on it. So y'all remember we used to buy records for the instrumentals. I've been seeing her face since I've been in elementary school, y'all. That's why I tell y'all, for me, it's different. I had no clue when I was in the 5th grade, Queen Latifah was going to be a rapper forever. I didn't know about none of them. They still rapping. They still rapping. But all I'm asking them is, what made y'all think I still want to hear this stuff from y'all? All right. No. When I was joking about, was this 2006? It also was looking like 96. It was looking like everything but 2026. Then if I did want to watch somebody new, they get cut. They get embarrassed. So now, just for them trying to play Quan, I'm gonna find out how his music sounds. Because they wanted me to watch this. Okay, let's go. Come on, call me Queen Latifah. Now y'all gonna see once again, this game was always controlled, which means certain people was always gonna have a career, and some people was gonna be nobodies. See that? When I saw Set It Off, I was a teenager. When I first saw Queen Latifah do that stuff in that movie, I was disturbed. I had never in my life seen that action she did. I didn't never see that in my face, period. But she did. Queen Latifah taught a lot of hip-hop. She taught a lot. Yeah, she taught a lot. But told you it's a clown show, y'all. Told you it's a clown show. But the only thing I say about Queen Latifah, she got a lot of money. Meaning she ain't broke like everybody else. But it's also because she did movies and stuff too. So there you got it, y'all. It was always controlled. The more they're all around, it's just making it look like everybody that disappeared really did get blackballed. Hip-hop culture was a culture controlled, and you were never going to be bigger than certain figures. No matter what characters Disney bring out, you'll never be bigger than Mickey Mouse. That's all it is. Got it? Which also means certain people was always going to get the checks. But see that? Queen Latifah, let me show you Set It Off 2026. Let me show how you inspired these women throughout the generations. There you go. NYPD seeks individual in Brooklyn after robbing a taxi. So Queen Latifah, they used to like rap. They love the rap game. They loved it all. But now Queen Latifah, they so broke, they actually living like Set It Off. Queen Latifah, do you know women are now robbing cars, not banks. They're robbing taxi cabs. Even though taxi cabs don't have money, that's how low they are. See that? Set it off. She set it off on a taxi driver, y'all. Now she's on a run. Guys, how far was she going to get robbing a taxi? Told him, Their mind messed up. This ain't back in the day, y'all. They was robbing taxis in the 80s, 90s, cash days. Robbing a taxi. All right. If I asked that girl if she watched Settle, I bet she saw it. Now let's go to tech. Let's go into the tech world. Here's the new plan. Here's what's going down. Robot teaching assistants are coming to New York schools as part of a new trial program, a new test run. Robot assistant teachers. You know also what's going on, man? They said, man, some of them kids so wild and reckless, they beat up teachers. They don't need no more teachers. Your kids are going to be in the classroom with robots. Yeah. And that robot going to tell them. That robot going to be in there with those eyes watching them. The principal going to watch through the robot eyes and watch the whole class. Every class going to have robots. But long story short, they're telling you right here. This also means a lot of teachers ain't going to have no job. But they ain't going to be the assistant teacher, but eventually they probably going to be the real teachers. And when your kid don't do right, they're going to snitch. Please leave the class. You have not done any homework. You cannot come back to class. It's going to be doing stuff like that. But you got it, right? It's also, okay, remember last year and the year before that? Remember these past years, we kept seeing this stuff online of students fighting teachers, right? Whipping on teachers, beating them down. This is for that problem too. You ain't gotta deal with them kids no more like that. If they don't learn, so what? That's on them. If they don't understand a robot, that's on them. If they can't keep up, that's on them. So what? It's a new day now. Robot teaching assistants are coming to New York school as part of a new trial. There you have it. Also, you know what that means too? If they make it all robots eventually and your youngster can't keep up with the robot, they're going to stay failing. They're going to stay failing. That robot going to make them pay attention more too. So let's move on real quick. If y'all don't know, Stephen A is beefing with this guy. I'm going to speed it up real quick because it ain't about nothing. Let me speed it up real quick. We're going back to the other stuff. We're going back to whole trolling Dame. So they beef getting for real. So Jaylen Brown has challenged Stephen A to a real debate at a real college. Jaylen Brown's father talking that old stuff. Why don't you go attack other people? Why don't you go attack the white community? Why are you coming at my son? No, sir. Jaylen Brown has said it the right way. And I'm using it as an example to tell y'all, right? You cannot use that as an excuse no more, y'all. You can't come to me and say, why you don't never say that about other people? Because I never did. I don't study their culture. I'm not part of their culture. I don't deal with them every day. They're not majority of my fans. I never was in their business. They got their own business. They take care of their own. I talk about what I've been talking about. The only problem is y'all think nobody's supposed to say nothing. But what I'm trying to really show you is it don't apply to everybody. A lot of y'all been doing dirt your whole life to your own people, and you use that for excuse. Why you don't say that about no man? They're trying to bring a black man down. Fool! Everything you do to black people. Everything you do horrific, you do to your own. What are you talking about? It has been your excuse for decades, and I was just the one to tell you that ain't no excuse no more. You can't say, well, what about them? Or put it on them. No, we talk about you. We talk about y'all. Got it? So, Jaylen Brown has a beef with Stephen A. Jaylen Brown dad said, well, Stephen A, why you don't talk about white people? That's not the point. The point is Jaylen Brown did it the right way. Stephen A, let's deal with this the smart way. Let's deal with this at the college. And guess what? It is so-called as white people saying, that's right, Jaylen Brown, get Stephen A ass, get his ass. So is white people behind. See, it's not about race. We're no longer in the time of talking about race. It reflects a big form of ignorance, y'all. So, Celtics guard Jaylen Brown challenges Stephen A. Smith to a debate at Harvard. Then you got it. So, if Stephen A. don't answer to this debate, he's debunked. Meanwhile, they say a heat wave hell is coming, and it's coming to cook everybody. All right? 200 million will be in a heat dome. Extremely dangerous, 100 Fahrenheit plus starting tomorrow, y'all. So it's about to be 100 degrees. And these rappers, look at what they're doing, y'all. We know they lost their mind. It's going to be 100 degrees, and they're at the BET Awards rapping with fur coats on. Here you got it. They're rapping with fur coats in the summer. What is going on with them, y'all? Come on, what's going on? In the summer. 100. All right, let's go. Hov is trolling Dame, y'all. Let's go. This was going down. Recap. Hov is trolling Dame. He said, yeah, Dame, you sit on a platform. You ain't outside like me. Now, I assume he's trolling Dame, but I got some more confirmation to back up my opinion. Now, we went into this the other day. And I said, man, jayz ain't focused on selling that right now. That's a winter coat. He got those out to make Dame feel bad. Because Dame knows, man, Dame helped start that, man. So here you got it right here. He'll rub it in Dame Dash face. Still brothers in 2026. Still brothers. Still brothers. Who jayz still brothers with? Kareem Biggs Burke. So they showing up. Hov is showing out. He said, I'm still cool with Biggs. The same person. Me and Biggs still cool. They trolling Dame Dash, y'all. They say, ha, Dame ain't with us no more. Dame ain't getting no jacket. Dame ain't got no rights. Dame ain't going to be on tour. Dame ain't getting a penny. See? Right here, bro. They trolling you, Dame. Still brothers. That's what the caption said. It was like Hov and Hopper. Hov and Hopper still together. They ain't going. Told you, man, my opinion, I think jayz been listening to all that stuff, and he don't respond. He respond through subliminal messages like his raps. I think jayz finally learned how to troll online, y'all. I think that's what he's doing. All right? He's doing pop-ups, meet and greets. He's not hanging with no rappers. And I think he's doing a lot of this to piss people off, especially Dame Dash. So when you see this right here, they still brothers. Rockefeller Records had 3 founders. 2 are still brothers. The other, you got it, right? Damn, at this point, I think Jay is just doing it to piss you off, bro. I think he's doing this to piss you off. And he knows a lot of his ex-artists wish they had that jacket. The question is he going to get any single one for free? Well, Oskino, he ain't getting one because you know what he doing. Oskino went against the Grand. He ain't getting one. But I think some of the state property members still want one. Maybe Chris and Neef still want one too. But other than that, this is all about Dame. Dame helped build that. That's just the truth. This for D. Haven too. You know how D. Haven online talking? Jay and I'm telling him you could have had one of these, but you kept dissing me. So you ain't getting one neither. All right? That's what happened, man. Kareem Biggs ain't stupid. Yeah, he went to jail, but he ain't going against Hov. Man, Blink ain't going against Hov. Big Bird said, I'll be all right. I ain't going against Hov. No, I ain't cut my own water off. That's stupidity. I'm just being honest with you. Kareem Biggs said, I will not be working on a food truck in Harlem in the end. Nope. I ain't going back to the ghetto. So, when Biggs came home, y'all know he was at the Rock Nation brunches. So he's still all right. He helped build that thing. He gonna still get a piece. He get something. Hov show him love. See, now look, you see that hug he giving him, right? So Hov ain't give him no fake ass hug. He showed him love, like, damn, my brother. See that? We know fake love and real love, bro. He gave that man a real hug. He hugged the hell out of Ben. That's my man right here from back in the day, man. We did it, bro. I think they doing all this shit to hurt Dame, man. Dame, I know you doing your thing as a man, bro. But I think every now and then you still might shed a tear from this. I think it still might hurt a little bit, Dame. Just a little bit. You put work into this thing, bro. Now, Hov is trolling Dame. You know I know that because he would promote this jacket more than the other ones. That's how I know. Me personally, I like the blue and white Yankee joint. I like that one. That one is hard. I like that one. But see, this right here rubs Dame. See, the other jacket don't hurt Dame like that. That don't hurt Dame. This will hurt Dame. Dame, man, you got to get some payback, man. Hov get you back, bro. So, even though Dame Dash didn't say, man, we ain't ride the train. What are you doing riding the train? So it is being said that Hov might be doing this because he got to do it for promotion for Yankees product, for the product, the deal. A lot of time these deals come with promotion. Yes, you got to agree to promote it. But if I had one question for you, Dane, would you be a man and admit it? If you had a chance to squash it with Hov today, would you squash the beef or would you keep going against him? That's the question of the day, Dane. If you had a chance to squash it right now, would you squash the beef? He said, man, we're going to squash this for Yankee Stadium. After Yankee Stadium, Dan, we're going to be cool again. That's the question, Dan. Would you come back to the family or would you keep the same energy? Benny Siegel came back. I ain't never think he'll come back. But to fix Benny Siegel, Hov ain't forgetting. Yeah, I'm going to let you come on the stage, but I ain't forget all that shit you said, Benny. After this show, you will be back on that food truck. That's right. Hey, you got to blame Mosquito for that. What he said, Benny Siegel on the food truck making pizza. Not just on the food truck. He said he on the food truck making pizza. And what makes it funny, but Benny Siegel is not Italian. So him making pizzas is funny. You see what I'm saying? No, y'all, they were rappers. Benny Siegel could have been on a pizza truck years ago. I don't want to hear that. They are rappers, y'all. Don't tell me they still doing their thing, man. No, just stop, man. Bro, you could have been an ice cream truck man a long time ago. All right, Master P came out as an ice cream man. So don't have no rap career. So, bro, you was a rapper. After that, you were ice cream man. After that, so you an ex-rapper. I'm gonna catch you with an ice cream truck. Hold on, I got you. I got my daughter right here. She want an ice cream sandwich. I got you. Hold up, give me 1 second. But you, bro, hold on, you used to be a rap. Oh shit. That's what Benny doing. Because life after the rock is bad for you. After the rock, it is bad. It ain't just Rockefeller, it's Bad Boy. If you think Rockefeller doing bad, Bad Boy artists was not even invited to Clive Davis' party. You know what that means? They couldn't even get no free crackers and cheese. They couldn't even get no free drinks. They ain't want them showing their face. They say everybody but Bad Boy, y'all have now been flushed down the toilet. No more Bad Boy nothing to Diddy come home. If Diddy revives Bad Boy, that's one thing. But if he don't do it, it's finished. How we know Diddy ain't bringing back Bad Boy? Because we know one thing. Uptown Records is back. Uptown Records. Young Miami on Uptown Records. Bad Boy Records don't exist no more. It just doesn't. So, you know really got it bad? Them Bad Boy artists. So, y'all get the joke now when I said somehow the diddler flushed them all down the toilet and they all work on YouTube now. The whole Bad Boy staff work on YouTube. The rappers, the whole executive office, it was ex-managers. Y'all know for a fact, ex-Bad Boy security guards, they all are now employed on YouTube, y'all. And anybody that will pay them for an interview. And then the smartest one of Bad Boy was Gene Deal. In the end, that's the funny shit about it. The most one with the most clout and talent was Gene Deal. You mean to tell me in the end, the security guard is the most famous one from their legacy? Yup. Wow, what Gene Deal did? He didn't go down with that ship. He ain't got no. Gene outsmarted all they ass. Yeah, I was with Diddy, but I'm getting away from all that shit. I told you it's only one way out. Only way out is you got to go against Diddy. But they didn't do that. So everybody that did not go against the diddler, their careers are now over. And now is part 2 of this. Part 2 is they all being roasted on TikTok. They being roasted by the new generation. See, while they've been trying to convince the older generation that already know who they are, and we don't even care, they being roasted by the new generation. Because anybody that didn't go against Diddy, you are now down with Diddy forever. How you know that? Man, they wasn't even invited to Clive Davis' funeral. That means they don't want to see their face no more, y'all. They just done. So now you know what the question's going to be? That money. That money. Who's going to take over Clive's estate? Who's going to take over the Bad Boy estate? Who's going to get all the money? Who's going to get all the publishing? Who's going to collect the bags? Who's in power now? Those are the questions we ain't going to know. But it is said that this the double-edged sword that make it so deep, right? They saying most of the money Clyde made came from Bad Boy, but at the same time, Bad Boy Records is his most embarrassing thing. So you see how dirty, how messy this thing is? The same thing that made him most money is the same thing got to be ashamed of. It's just like a drug dealer, bro. When you sell all those drugs your whole life, in the end, ain't nothing to be proud of. You know what I'm saying? You can't go to church and say, I was the biggest drug dealer of my day. You can't go to school and they use you as an example and say, he will be speaking at the college. I was the best drug dealer back in the day. You can't do that. It's filth. Filth is nothing to be proud of. So that's why I said in the end, it's nothing to be proud of. So even though Snoop Dogg got the right to death row, Snoop Dogg got other stuff to be proud of because he got away from that. Martha Stewart. See, now you think Snoop Dogg and Martha Stewart. You don't think death row. You don't be thinking Snoop and Dre and Snoop and Suge. You think Snoop and Martha Stewart. Snoop is a good guy. See? Because he worked on his image all those years. The New York rappers and, other rappers, they want to keep being tough, cool, gangster, street guys. So now they being judged as street guys. They are so, man, y'all, they didn't even want them to come. So what's worse, y'all? What's worse? I ain't never been signed to Bad Boy Records. I ain't never had no deal. I try to go up in Clyde Davis' funeral. They said, where you going there? You're not coming in here. I just want to see Clyde, man. I was a fan. No. That's one thing happened to me. Now imagine I'm a rapper with signed to Bad Boy. I think I'm coming in there. They say, no. I was signed to Bad Boy. So, man, you better get out of here. Security, get his ass. No Bad Boy face. No, you better not. We try to bury that Bad Boy stuff. As history go on, Clyde never even had no record label called Bad Boy. What are you talking about? All right? In the future, that's what's going to happen. 5 years from now, Clyde never had no Bad Boy Records. Bad Boy Records going to disappear so much, we're going to have to do fact checks. Hold up, man. It was a label called, I ain't stupid. It wasn't. Man, that shit ain't getting no more glory, y'all. No more shine. They're going to bury that shit. Only one could bring it back is Diddy. Everybody else out here is in shame. And it's not a mistake. They're all broke. So now, let's slow it all down. Let's look at this shit. Let's go back to back in the day. They want us to go back in the day. Let's go to back in the day. All right. People around the world, especially you've never been to New York City, but you love music. You've never been to LA. You love this industry. You loved it your whole life. You always watch those videos. You grew up to it, right? Now look at this, y'all. Remember how big Rockefeller Records was? Now I'm talking to the people outside, that was watching, looking in. Remember on your TV when you cried because you couldn't have cable or you couldn't watch your favorite shows? Remember how big Bad Boy was back in the day, y'all? In Rockefeller Records? Does it look like that now? Okay. What about the artists from back then? Do they even look as close the way these two labels were promoted? They were so big. But now look, it seems like it never happened. That's why I say Jay-Z is the one fighting to sustain his legacy. Meaning, the same way you looked at Rockefeller back then, he's trying to make sure you look at it the same way now. Get it? That's why he said 96 and forever. Meaning, we ain't going out like that. If we got to do a rebranding, he said, I ain't going out like that. Because he understands this one thing. That logo was one of the biggest, it was one of the biggest logos on the planet for a minute. Y'all gonna act like they ain't have it on Air Force One as well. He know that was a big thing. So that's why I say he's trying to make sure nobody forgets that and keep it in a certain order. He also knows what happened to Bad Boy Records, that they cannot make no leather jackets and nobody will be walking around with a Bad Boy leather at all. The Bad Boy legacy is no longer with us. Which is what also does that mean? Biggie legacy, goodbye. But I already told you, Biggie legacy been finished. It's gone. It's gone. There's nothing left. So Little C's gonna talk on all the dialogue. That's cool, but at this point, Little C's, nobody cares, brother. because you didn't sustain the Biggie legacy. You're out of here. As well as Lil Kim and everybody else Biggie wrote for. Nobody cares. Y'all didn't keep the legacy going. Y'all cannot afford a Biggie Smalls leather. You can't make a bad boy. You can't make y'all can't even make a plastic jacket. Y'all can't even afford to make a bad boy hoodie. All right? You just can't do it. So Hov let you know, in the end, he outlasted Def Jam and Bad Boy. That's what this about. Hey, Joe Budden, you was signed to Def Jam. You ain't got no Def Jam leather. So Hov letting y'all know he was the last man standing. Meanwhile, he trolling Dame and Jay-Z getting trolled. So here you got it. It should be called the Soul Circus. Alicia Keys was crying, y'all, crying. Alicia Keys tearfully remembers Clive Davis. She's shedding tears. You know, and they hurt. They hurt. That was their grandfather, man. I mean, it is what it is. They wouldn't exist wasn't for him. I tell you, man. He made all them superstars. He made sure he find them when they poor, hungry. Yeah, man. I also think they did recruiting their social service officers. I think they did a lot of stuff. Yeah, man. Find them kids that's hungry with no talent. They sing the best. They all know in Hollywood. A child with an empty stomach sings the best. They always knew that, y'all. The poorer they are, the better that talent come out. And they're going to sing for their life. They always knew that. That's real talk. That's why just do your homework. You always will see these stars. Most of the time, they don't come from rich people. Let's look at Jamie Foxx kids. Here's y'all proof y'all don't never get. You have the proof. When you born for rich people, you don't have no talent. Guys, talent comes from the community. It does. The talent comes from you, your environment, your household, and your environment. That's where it comes from. That's why talent comes from. You don't learn how to play basketball in the program. You learn how to play basketball on that court with the bros. That's where the talent comes from. Get it? When you say, man, you can't play, you trash. I say, oh, yeah? All right. I got to get better. I got to get better. When I come outside and say, listen to this rap, you say, man, that shit crash. That shit straight doo-doo. I got to go back right better. It's your community, y'all. It's your hood. It's your neighborhood. It's the people that make you have the talents. You have to prove they don't produce talent. Deion Sanders, Shador, Dwayne Wade, Marlon Wayans. They all got kids. Where their kids at? It looks to me like they made it where their kids will not be their competition. All their kids are knockoffs. Meaning the talent did not transition. It's not in the genes. Other stuff that's in their genes come out, but the talent doesn't. So when I made that joke, the real talent comes from the poor. Because the truth is, y'all, when you singing with a purpose, when you joking your ass off in the hood, or you been to prison and you had a joke to keep brothers going, that's real talent. You making straight criminals bust out laughing. That's the stuff I be doing. You know what I'm saying? I'm the dude that saved your life. See, it's dudes in the hood who's gonna smoke your ass. But I'm the one that had them laughing and joking. And I tricked him to put the gun up. That's what I was doing, bro. He was mad gonna do something to you, but I started joking. I tricked him. Bro, I ain't even think about you no more because I jokes, bro. That's why I tell you the jokes come from the hood. Passing the time, things messed up, worried about this, worried about that. We joke to get through the time. But I also know a formula. See, I know how to make the wickedest dudes eat. I know how to make their ass laugh. You see what I'm saying? But meanwhile, bro, I just spared your life. Because he was going to whip your ass. But when I start making them jokes, he forgot about you. So meaning, the talent comes from the hood, y'all. You know what I'm saying? That's where all the talent comes from. You pick one. When they sing in that church, where that church going to be at? They start singing in that mega church or in that little ass church, blowing it down. It comes from the hood, y'all. It comes from the community. That's where the talent comes from. But when you live in Hollywood and you born in Hollywood and you born around everything fake and scripted and everything given to you, you don't got no talent. I told you the same thing with Bronny. Bronny didn't play on no court. Don't talk to me about training nobody. Basketball skills are taught on the court, 1-on-1, 2-on-2, 3-on-3, 5-on-5. No, basketball skills are taught very basic. You don't got, no, they went to AAU. They went through programs. So my point is, the apple don't fall far from the tree with some things, but talent, you got to be born with that talent, y'all. So that's why they say we was kings. You used to be great. You ain't great no more. That's what the word is, y'all. You ain't great no more. Y'all ain't that smart. Back in the day, y'all was geniuses in medicine, law, healing, craftsmen, gold craft, carpenters. Man, they were wizards. They were geniuses. Super smart. Cooking. They ain't that no more. Meaning, some of them still are, but majority rules. So even if 20% of y'all still keep it official, problem is another 80% make y'all look bad every day. And that's what happened. 15% of y'all are solid, good people. 85% embarrass y'all every single day. That's the problem, y'all. 30% of y'all got major degrees. 70% of y'all proud to be dropouts. So that shit went on so long. Now you got a result. It's called jokes. We was kings. We was kings. You know we was kings back in the day, right? For those who don't get this joke is saying, you has-beens. You used to be. And y'all been riding the wave of y'all great ancestors so long. Y'all have been clout chasing. Your ancient ancestors from thousands of years ago, but you ain't do nothing at all. You didn't do nothing to add on to the legacy. So that's why they said, no, y'all a joke. So y'all think y'all gonna keep riding the wave of y'all great ancestors. Meanwhile, y'all consider watermelon felons in circus acts. That's what this about. I didn't make this, y'all. In the comment section of the BET, this is stuff they was putting in there. So I'm letting you know, y'all, this how it's going out. Desperate for attention. They are getting their offspring disrespected now. Because what else they say in the comment section? Nepotism. Everybody's saying their kids don't have no talent. They only here because of them. Meanwhile, people that people want to see, they cutting their act short. So Jamie Foxx's son performed, Lauryn Hill kids performed, but this guy named Quan performed, and they cut his act short. They straight clipped it. Clipped him. Viewers didn't get to see Quan full performance at the 2026 BET Awards. Viewers criticized the BET Awards for cutting away Quan's mid-performance. They cut him short, meaning they stopped his shine so their kids could shine, y'all. So like I keep telling you, don't keep talking about BLACK because they always going to do it on their own. Don't forget, you from a culture where you got to put one down for you to get ahead. See that? That's how it works. Y'all always got to put each other down to get ahead. But then you're going to say, hey, they come up for black, they ain't right, they come up black people. No, you ain't looking at, no, they abuse their own. For whatever reason, they abuse their own on many levels. And when it comes to that camera, that shine, oh yeah, they will do you dirty. Because they want that camera. What Jamie Foxx know? It is now time to brand my son, because it's now my son's turn to make some money and bring that money home. What else you got to look at with celebrities? When they get to a certain age, they just like everybody else. What? I got to still take care of my son. Jamie Foxx, that's my son, right? Well, I got to buy him Maybachs. He want a Benz, I got to buy him a Benz. He want a Rolex, I got to buy a Rolex. I got to buy this stuff. I got to still take care of him. They know that. Dion, he know that. I got to still take care of my son. So I might as well get them an NFL deal. I ain't about to keep taking care of them my whole life. That's what this stuff be about, y'all. They trying to get a lot of their youngsters branded so they can have more income in that household. That's all it's about. They money shrinking. They need new money. So they're trying to brand. But what they don't get, they all do the same thing. The word is they don't have no more respect and clout. Everybody's tired of them. And they're trying to rebrand their youngsters, but you have proof it didn't work. You got Bronny. I told them all before Shador started, he going to be on that bench. They didn't believe me. I told Shador Sanders is on the Cleveland Browns, which is the penitentiary of the NFL. They didn't believe me. I told them all, Bronny ain't going to do nothing. They didn't believe me. I told them what happened, but they ain't listen. Now they see. You got the result. Dwayne Wade, son. Jada Pinkett, Will Smith, son. You see Jamie Foxx, son. Huh? We keep going, right? We'll keep going, right? The word is, none of their kids got talent. How could they, y'all? They're raised rich in mansions. What talent do they have? They have. Now you see why Joe Jackson had to beat their ass? Because Joe Jackson knew when your kids get rich, they get spoiled. You got to keep that fire on their ass. You got to keep it hood. Joe Jackson wasn't just beating them. He was trying to keep it hood. In the hood, you get your ass beat. This is what we do. This is how I grew up. So he knew that. If I don't keep that ghetto mentality on my kids and whip their butt, they ain't going to be nothing. They're going to be straight trash. He knew that. That's what Joe knew. You got to keep it black. You got to do certain things, man. Yeah, we're going to be Hollywood, but y'all ain't going to be Hollywood. Y'all going to still have that Indiana in you. Got it? Yeah. Because Joe knew something. Now, to a degree, I think he did beat that talent into him to a degree. I think he did, you know what I'm saying? But look, y'all see Janet with that Tupac shirt on? Janet got on a Tupac shirt. But they joking on Janet. And they saying, Janet, you ain't been wearing Tupac. And you the main one wanted Tupac to take an HIV test. Don't wear a Tupac shirt now. But here go hit them joking on Janet, y'all. So everybody's joking and roasting. Here go Gunna at the BET Awards. Everybody called Gunna undercover. Get it? Law enforcement. Meanwhile, hip-hop is based on law enforcement. And the whole thing is this. How the hell is Gunna on the stage? Because look, right? You know why he on stage? Because T.I. was on the stage. Don't try to front on Gunna when you love T.I. And they from the same place, right? Well, okay, here you got it. T.I.'s team has an issue with BET security. So it's a word that T.I. and his people got into a fight with BET security guard. But they said that ain't no fight. Man, that's police on police. That ain't no damn fight, T.I. First thing they said, T.I., well, if you had a fight with the security, where's the proof? Where's the footage at? That's what they said, T.I. They said, if you ain't got no footage, we don't believe you. Where's the video? Then somebody else said, when the police have an issue with the police, you know it's bad. So I tell you, T.I., they still look at you as Officer Tip, man. It ain't my fault, bro. It's just not. It's not my fault, man. I told you they was never going to let it go, Tip. So, Tip, they call you Officer Tip because you did a commercial with the crime dog, all right? We're going to leave it alone, bro. Now, that's the whole thing I'm saying about T.I. It ain't about T.I. The joke on the fans. Fans, you the idiots. You are the one that brought 2 T.I. albums after he got caught with 8 silencers. All right? So the whole world is still baffled. John Gotti went to prison, Sammy the Bull, Nicky Bond, everybody went to prison, but nobody still could figure out how T.I. never got in trouble for having silencers or machine guns. And they also try to figure out how did T.I. have guns from 2018, but when he got caught, it was 2007. They say he got caught with futuristic guns, all type of stuff, and that was it. But he's from the same place as Gunna. So when T.I. rapping at the BET Awards, Gunna at the stage, you can't get mad at Gunna if you ain't get mad at T.I. Hip-hop is a culture of hypocrisy. They're going to talk all day about paperwork and snitches. Meanwhile, they buy tickets to go see snitches. I ain't saying T.I. snitch, but I ain't saying he a snitch. But, all right, Tupac, he rapped when he got out of jail. Other rappers, they put your ass in jail, all right? What's my proof? All right. Y'all talk about Gunna and Young Thug. Well, if Gunna got caught with a lot of people, did everybody else get out of jail? Here's my question. When a rapper gets out of jail, does everybody else get out too? Guys, screw y'all all. Yeah, Young Thug came home and Gunna, but the rest of YSL didn't come out. YSL was allegedly a gang, which means 50 to 100 people. They didn't come home. You got it now? All right. All right. You got it. All right. The gang goes to jail. The gang don't get out. The rapper does. So you got it? That's it, man. Hip-hop is a hypocritical culture. And I will say this. It's not based on that no more, man. Ain't no such thing as telling all that no more, man. It's over. The streets are dead. There's no such thing as a snitch when the streets are dead. You know why? Ain't nobody else to tell on. All right? They told on so many people, it ain't nobody else to tell on. Can you imagine that? The confidential informant, he works for the precinct. The precinct keep calling him. Man, you ain't give me nobody yet. Man, we ain't going to keep paying you. You ain't bringing nobody in. Sir, I have nobody else to tell on. So look, right? The word is, this is what they make a Max B do. They said Max B had to do this to get on that BT stage. I don't know if it's true, but you see Max B being a mascot, right? You see that French Montana poster? They said Max got to do a whole lot. Now, don't listen to me. That's what they saying on TikTok. What they saying about y'all is, you ain't going to escape the diddler. And the word is, if they ain't talking about French, y'all know the narrative they be saying, right? Max B sold his soul. And this the stuff Max B has to do for his career. They get you now, Max. I told you what's going to happen. The dirt is off of French and Diddy. It's now on Max. Hey, Max, you ain't going to escape, bro. They saying you a sidekick. They saying they made you do this. Throw your sign up. Throw it up, fool. So that's what they said, Max. You are now a mascot for French and Rick Ross till know the otherwise. Y'all, they did Max B so dirty. They took a picture of him on stage with his back turned. They reposted this. Look, because this is what you got to get. I didn't see this. And I tell you, right, when I look at this news, I do it organic. Like this. Boom, let me give you an example how I do it. Okay, I missed the source award. I missed the BT award. I missed it, right? Let me get up there and what happened. Okay, I catch this news clip. Oh, man, I didn't even know Rick Ross and French is on stage. I didn't know that because I didn't. But then I look like, who's that? That's Max B. So I had to read it. Max B, French. Oh, that's Max. But see, the way this article put out, if you don't know who Max B is, you don't know who he is. With me, he not getting no shine off this performance. He like a nobody. Who the hell is that? And on top of that, Max B getting pranked because he got his back turned with a big-ass fur coat on. Meaning, he thought he was getting shine, but his back was turned. So, bro, now let's make it real simple. Me and you hang out together. We take a picture of the club all night. But, bro, every time we took a picture, my back was turned. Oh, you ain't want nobody to know I was with y'all, huh? Oh, so I wasn't dressed a certain way. You was ashamed. Well, bro, why every time I took y'all kept taking pictures? Y'all ain't never say, come on, bro, let's take a picture. You kept taking pictures behind my back. Get it now. No, they playing Max B. French them look through the picture, say, put this one out. Yeah, put this one out. Yo, y'all, you have never in your life seen entertainers on stage and one of them is backwards. Yo, they did him dirty. Me and Max B have no clue. He is not getting no shine off this BT award. I didn't even know he was on stage. I didn't even know he was there. But the word is, French and Rick Ross turned him into a mascot. I told you what they're going to do to him. I told you what they're going to do. But they know it's called the industry. They know how to do that shit. Max B hot. We about to get some of that shine off of him. Fuck that. They snatched up Max B, went to the studio. Somehow Max B album ain't come out yet. Yo, y'all. Max B was so hot. Man, next thing you know, he got French Montana at the beat. He got them headline on the beat. Look, y'all know, if Max B ain't come home, ain't no way in hell they'll be on that stage. That's all you got to know. They wouldn't even have no music out. They tricked Max B, man. Max, we're going to go to the studio. We're going to record a lot of songs. Now, some of your songs we're going to play on the radio in New York. Some of them going to play some places. But what's really going to happen is we're going to get our albums done. And while we getting our albums done, you going to help? Max, don't try to get mad. Cam had you do the same thing. You a sidekick, bro. Stop. You know you do the same thing at Dipset. All right. So you want to help us put our albums out. Only question is, you was with Dipset, but last time you had to start doing robberies after that. After that Dipset shit fell apart, Max, you had to do robberies and shit. Man, you went broke. Max, it might happen again. Because when French and Rick Ross finish with you, you might not see them no more, bro. What they forgot, French Montana got property in Dubai all over. French live in Dubai for real, Max. When it's all over with, Fresh going back to Dubai. You're going to be stuck in New York City. What's the reality to this, Max? You the only one stuck in New York. Rick Ross ain't. Fresh Montana ain't. When they finish, bro, trust me what's going to happen. Fresh going back to Dubai. Rick Ross going back to Georgia. And you're going to be stuck in New York. And that's going to happen to you, Max. They turned you into an online sensation, battling Big Daddy Kane. You did everything but drop that album. And I'm only saying that, y'all. Before he went to prison, he was calling himself Big Avell. Max B said that he was Biggie and Tupac put together. That was his energy before he left. Y'all know his name was Big Avell. But y'all gave him a pass when he came home. He ain't do nothing like Biggie. He came home with no raps, no rap book, nothing. He came home like Tupac, but he ain't hit that booth and went Sugar at. He ain't had no platinum hits, no albums done. So I called him out on that big, no, stop. And I told bro, no, he ain't going to do nothing. Why? I knew they was going to spin his ass. They going to spin his ass like a merry-go-round. And when he finished, here's the result. He's on the BT stage with his back turned. And Fred said, take the picture. They got Max B on stage like a little boy. That's all you got to know, all right? He just happened to be home. Meanwhile, Max B was there, Gunner, and we about to get out of here, y'all. It's time to go. I'll holler at y'all later. Lauryn Hill make you want to cry. They did Kalani dirty, y'all. They didn't give her award. She was supposed to get an award. Do you know they forgot? Now, is that not ratchet behavior? Now, put yourself in this woman's shoes, right? You sung your ass off. You made it. You get to the award show. They forget to give you. They forgot. Or did they do it on purpose? Cardi got her award. They made sure Lauryn Hill got her award. Do you see this guy with the award in his hand? Is that not Ice Cube, brother? Son. Ice Cube. You taught your son to wear Dickie clothes like a gangbanger? Did you teach your son to wear penitentiary clothes as well? Ice Cube and Ice Cube Jr. So many different clothes have come out since the 90s. Can you guys please stop wearing jail clothes and Dickie suits, please? Please? Please. Even the gangsters don't wear it no more. But he's standing right there and did not give her the award. It looks to me like y'all set her up. Looks to me like y'all didn't want her to shine. So y'all got it, right? Kalani, a lot of y'all know about her. They didn't give her no shine. But guess what they gave a shine to? B2K. Guys, let's take a vote. Should B2K even be showing their face? And what do they have to be proud of? The first group to get finessed by their own uncle, their own cousin. The first R&B group in history to get finessed by their own cousin. Wow. But y'all kept blaming R. Kelly. I told y'all, man. Y'all want to put on everybody else. Meanwhile, Chris Stokes still got a job. Still. Y'all know R. Kelly ain't do what Chris Stokes did. But here you got it. Where's Raz B at? Okay. So anybody like B2K, that's what you like. You like that stuff. Omarion had a song called what? Touch. Right there. Meanwhile, Lauryn Hill looks horrible. She like Halloween. Lauryn Hill was like a throwback from slavery. Like a throwback from the 1800s. What is wrong with her? You mean to tell me she been living in Jamaica and everywhere else? You mean to tell me she part of the Marley family, but she ain't happy still? How many times we heard she be late? She don't even want to be there. Just know, y'all. In my opinion, man, she was not supposed to be praised because she ain't do nothing. They say the BET Award was lit, but they say as soon as Lauryn Hill came in, that shit got dark and that shit started thundering and lightning outside. All right? And they also said some people got up and left. Meanwhile, this guy named Quan, they cut his performance short. But they didn't do that to her children. No, y'all. Lauryn Hill is now turning a stone. She's very cold-hearted. Very dark and depressing. No, man. Y'all know damn well Lauryn Hill was not supposed to be there. And I'm saying that for a reason, y'all. She didn't make music in years. She just didn't. And her whole story is dark and depressing. So if I wanted to watch it today, they are the ones that stopped me from watching it. Mind you, I might even heard Kalani's song. I already know I did. But one thing they do on the radio, you ain't gonna know their name. You don't get to know their name till you see them. This guy Quan, he got something going on. I gotta Google to see who he is because they didn't let us know. Meaning it was about Common and Queen Latifah. Hip hop. You never grow up. Hip hop. See that? Only certain people was gonna get shine. If your name ain't Kendrick, Queen Latifah, if you ain't with BET, you ain't getting no shine. Guys, you know what made it the ultimate joke? I try to be respectful. They say the Clips got an awards. Guys, I didn't even hear not one Clips song. I gotta go check out that Clips album. I didn't hear nothing. They got an award though. Cardi B got an awards. Cardi B got awards. Meanwhile, everybody else got treated like dirt. So there you have it, y'all. Don't listen to me. Just know they're being roasted. Desperate for attention. Who that? Is this monstrosity Afro monster? Jamie Foxx's daughter is taller than him. Janet Jackson, Tupac. She being roasted. They all being roasted. The new generation likes to roast. If they don't like you, they shall joke. If they don't want to hear that music, they're going to joke on your ass. So I told them all in the end, don't worry, y'all going to stay being cooked on every other app. That's why this is on TikTok. All this shit is on every other app that's not censored and filtered. They also know on YouTube. Man, they try to control everything, man. So that's why they do it everywhere else, y'all. I just be telling you what happens. They all get roasted everywhere else. They going in on Max B. They said, Max B, they made you do this shit. Get it? On that note, y'all, let's just get out of here. Let's close this up while it's still good. Let's close it up while it's still good. On that note, y'all enjoy y'all day. We don't have too much left. Hopefully we get something this week. And just remember, y'all, if it don't apply, let it fly. If you ain't the type of person that say, it was kings back in the day, right? We was kings. If you ain't the type that talk like that, this don't apply to you. If you ain't racist, this don't apply to you. If you know what you come from and you know you still okay, this don't apply to you. But if it don't apply to you, you do have the right to laugh at this. But what I want them to get, here's what others think about you. Here's what they think about you. They say that you are so far away from those kings y'all talk about. You are so far away from that greatness. This is who you're the greatness of now. So that whole thing with watermelon felon, ain't the only thing they saying. No, that's just one little thing. I can show you every day they being roasted as a whole. Now let me make this clear. The main ones being roasted are the ones that always talking that talk, especially the conscious ones, especially everybody else that's so proud of nothing. Get it? Meaning they want to talk about we was kings, but they ain't got no degrees. They ain't got no paperwork. They want to keep saying we was kings. What Robin Harris say? Oh, you won't work for the white man, but you'll beg for the black man, huh? Yeah, people like that. They beg for the black man, make him look bad. Say the man wasn't going to be on the corner begging saying, it was kings, right? Nobody want to hear that shit no more. So understand that, y'all. We was kings. This don't apply to everybody, but this they said about you every day, if that's what you say. The bottom line is, you has-beens. And some of you never was. You've been clout chasing the greatness for generations, but you ain't great and you ain't do nothing great. So therefore, here's the jokes. Right? I always show you what people say behind your back. But if it don't apply to you, it doesn't apply. This is not an everybody fight. All right? All right. On that note, y'all, we gonna get out of here for real. We out. One. Y'all enjoy y'all day. Y'all know how we do, man. I'll be back tomorrow, but later on, I have a members only. Let's go. We out. One. Shout out to everybody in the chat, Mr. Brown, D Halls, 1D, Miss B Lloyd, everybody with a membership, everybody new to the channel. Salute to everybody catching these lives and catching the replay. Appreciate everybody. Super chats, cash apps, likes, everything.